The world is still full of parents and teachers who shake their stupid heads and turn up their old eyes and cross their flat chests with horror at the wickedness of youth. Children are so disobedient, they say, so naughty, so self-willed, and talk so disrespectfully to their elders.
Those teachers of his better look out, though. My little boy, for all I care, may take from them all the English and geography and history that he can, but they shan't throw dust in his eyes about the important things. I shall keep him awake, and we shall have great fun finding them out.
And I shall help him with his English and geography and history.
On this program, we're going to continue our retrospective of the iconic series, The Mercury Theatre on the Air, the groundbreaking program helmed by the legendary Orson Welles. And in this episode, we're diving into the fifth installment from the series, titled 3 Short Stories. This was presented in a unique style that made the Mercury Theatre on the Air legendary because it adapts 3 compelling tales instead of the usual 1, showcasing the creative range and storytelling brilliance of the team, and originally aired on Monday, August 8th, 1938.
The Mercury Theatre on the Air. No theatrical organization has done more in recent years to stimulate interest in the American stage than the Mercury Theatre, whose outstanding productions of last winter under the direction of Orson Welles were the sensation of the theatrical season. Julius Caesar in Modern Dress, The Shoemaker's Holiday, Mark Blitzstein's The Cradle Will Rock, Bernard Shaw's Heartbreak House proved to the public the vitality and genius of this new organization. This summer, the Columbia Network introduced Orson Welles and his company for the first time to radio. And tonight we present the Mercury Theatre on the Air in the 5th broadcast of its unique new series, dramatizing famous narratives by great authors. CBS again welcomes Mr. Welles and his associates to Columbia stations and to the stations of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And here is Orson Welles to tell you about these stories himself. Mr. Welles.
Good evening. Tonight, as you were duly warned last week, we are trying out something altogether new. We're telling 3 stories instead of 1. 3 short stories instead of a single long one. Stories about love and ghosts and horse races. 3 stories in the first person singular about young people for grown-ups. I'm a Fool by Sherwood Anderson is the first of the 3. It began at 3 o'clock one October afternoon, as I sat in the grandstand at the fall trotting and pacing meet, Sandusky, Ohio. It was a good hot jolt for me, and it all came about through my own foolishness, too. Summer before, I'd left my hometown with a fellow called Bert French with 2 horses that was campaigning through the race meets that year. Gee, it was fun. We had Bucephalus, a big black pacing stallion that could do 209 or 210 if he had to, and a little gelding called Dr. Fritz that never lost a race all fall, and Bert wanted him to win. Gee whiz, it was fun. You got to a county seat town, maybe say on a Saturday or Sunday, and the fair began the next Tuesday, and you took your horses to the track and fed them and got your good clothes out of a box and put them on, and the town was full of farmers gaping because they could see you were horse race people, and you went into a saloon, the 2 of you, Bert and I, and all the dudes came and stood around asking questions, and all you did was to lie, and lie all you could about what horses you had, and I said I owned them, and then some fella'd ask us to have a drink of whiskey with him, and Bert'd lead him on.
What was that you said, sir?
I asked you, gentlemen, if you'd have a drink with me.
Oh, well, all right. I'm agreeable to a little nip. Tell you what I'll do, sir. I'll split a quart with you.
All right.
Gee whiz. That isn't what I want to tell my story about. We got home late November, and I promised Mother I'd quit the races for good. There's a lot of things you gotta promise a mother because she don't know any better. I got a job driving a laundry van, and then, as I started to tell you, the fall race came to Sandusky. I got the day off, and I went. Had on my good clothes and my new-bound derby hat and a stand-up collar. I had $40 in my pocket and 3 25-cent cigars and a drink of whiskey inside me that was bought me at the West House by a fellow with a cane and a Windsor tie. Gee, it was fun being on a track again.
George, George, here, man, down, get the best down, first race. What are you giving for Farmington? 5-2 Farmington, 5-2, no, Marigold.
I looked around for Bert French, and there he was, standing around with his horses. Hello, Bert.
Why, hello, Joe.
How you been, Bert?
Never better. See, you got any money, Joe?
Sure.
How'd you like to watch it grow?
Like it fine, Bert.
All right, come over here, then. I'll tell you something. Listen, Joe. In the second race, the 2:18 pace, there's a horse I'm handling, Abdul Ben Hamid. There he is, number 7. That gelding's as fast as streak, Joe. Belongs to a fella called Mather in Marietta, Ohio. We got him marked at 2:21, but he can step in 08.
Gee.
In the first heat, don't you touch him. He'll go round like an oxen hitched to a plow. After that, you go right down and lay on your pile.
Well, thanks, Bert, a lot. Have a cigar?
Why, thanks, Joe.
Well, sir, I went and bought myself the best seat I could get right in the grandstand. I didn't go in for any of those boxes. Well, that's putting on too many years. Well, right in front of me in the grandstand that day, right in front, there was a fellow with a couple of girls. And they was about my age. The young fellow was a nice guy, all right. And he had his sister with him and another girl, and the sister looked around over his shoulder, accidentally at first, not intending to start anything. She wasn't that kind. And her eyes and mine happened to meet. You know how it is. Gee, she was a peach. She had on a soft dress, kind of blue stuff, and I blushed when she looked right at me, and so did she. She was the nicest girl I ever seen in my life. She wasn't stuck on herself, and she could talk, proper grammar without being like a school teacher or something like that. What I mean is, she was okay. And then, pretty soon the horses came out for the 2:18 pace, and there was Bert's horse in among the rest.
What have we bet on this car?
What do you say? You know as much about it as I do.
What about the brown one there with the long tail?
Heck, ma'am, that mare couldn't beat a streetcar. Well, they looked up kind of surprised. But they didn't seem mad, and anyway, I'd done it now, and I might as well go on. There's a horse in this race, number 7, that's as fast as streak. Abdul Ben Hamid.
Is that a horse's name?
That's right. Abdul Ben Hamid. But look, don't you go letting on this first heat, because don't bet on him, because he'll pace it like a lame cow. You see if he don't. But when the first heat is over, go right down and lay a pile on Abdul Ben Hamid. He'll come right out and skin him alive.
Will he really?
That's the dope. Well, that's what I told her. Gee, you should have seen the way they looked at me. And then you know what she did? Gee whiz. She asked this man that was with her, Wilbur. Well, she asked him, and there was a fat man sitting beside the little girl that had looked at me twice by this time, and I had heard both blushing, and what did that young fella do but have the nerve to turn and ask the fat man to get up and change places with me so I could sit with his crowd?
I want you to meet Miss Eleanor Woodbury.
Pleased to meet you.
And this is my sister, Lucy Wesson. My name's Wilbur.
I suppose it was their having such swell names. Got me off my trolley, and then that girl. You know how a fella is. There's something in that kind of nice clothes and the kind of nice eyes she had and the way she looked at me a while before over her brother's shoulder and me looking back at her and both of us blushing. I couldn't show her up for a boob, could I? I made a fool of myself, that's what I did. Glad to know you all. My name's Walter Mathis.
How do you do, Mr. Mason?
From Marietta, Ohio. Have a cigar, Wilbur?
Thanks.
And you really think this horse is going to win, Mr. Mather?
Then I told him all the smashingest lie you ever heard. I said my father owned this horse. You know, Boo Ben Adam. It was supposed to be a secret because our family was proud and never gone in for racing that way. Abdul Ben Hamid, I mean. Here's what I think of that horse, Wilbur. Will you do me the favor when you go down to place these 30 bills on Anatole Ben Hammett at whatever odds you can get? Just about then, the bell for the first heat come off, and sure enough, Anatole Ben Hammett went off his stride up the back stretch and looked like a wooden horse or a sick one, came in to be last. See, folks, what'd I tell you? Like a lame cow.
You certainly were right, Mr. Macy.
Then this Wilmer Weston went down to the betting place under the grandstand, and this Miss Woodbury with him, and Lucy Weston and I was left alone together, like on a desert island.
Butter popcorn, Fritz, and strawberry mine. Butter popcorn, Fritz, and strawberry mine. Fritz, butter popcorn.
Gee, Miss Lucy. Gee, I'd like to show you our place down in Marietta. It's on a hill, a great old red brick house with the stables behind it, way up on a hill, up above the Ohio River.
I like rivers.
Her eyes were shining, and then she kind of, with her shoulder, you know, kind of touched me. Not just tucking down, I don't mean that. You know how a woman can do. They get close, but not getting gay either. You know what they do. Gee whiz, I begin to wish I was on the square with her and to see what a fool I'd been, but there wasn't any way of getting myself on the square now. There ain't any Walter Mathers, like I said to her, and there ain't ever been one, but if there was, I bet I'd go to Marietta, Ohio, and shoot him tomorrow. And then Wilbur Weston came back with Miss Woodbury, and he'd gone and bet $50 on his horse, and the girls had gone put in $10 each of their own money, too. Gee, I was sick then, but came out okay. Ben Adams stepped the next 3 heats like a bushel of boiled eggs going to market before they could be found out.
There he goes.
Look at him, Mr. Mathers. Look at him coming up.
Anatole Ben Hammett.
Oh, he's done.
There he is. Coming up. Anatole Ben Hammett.
He's second. Oh, Mr. Mathers is going to win. He's going to win. He's winning. He's winning. Oh, he's won.
Well, we all got 9-2 for our money. After the race, we had a hack downtown, and Wilbur stood us a swell supper at the West House and a bottle of champagne besides, and there was I with that girl, big boot that I am. And she wasn't saying much, and I wasn't saying much either. One thing I know. She wasn't stuck on me because of the lie about my father being rich and all that. There's a way, you know. Crap almighty, there's a kind of girl you see just once in your life. You don't get busy and make hay, then you're gone for good, and all you might just as well go jump off a bridge, because what it means is you want that girl to be your wife, and you want nice things around her, like nice flowers and swell clothes, and you want her to have the kids you're going to have. You want good music played and not ragtime. Gee whiz. Well, there's a place over near Sandusky across a kind of bay, and it's called Cedar Point, and after we'd had supper, we went over to it in a launch. Just the 4 of us. By ourselves.
What time does the train leave, Wilbur?
10:40.
And is that the last train?
Yeah, that's the last train.
Oh, Shaw.
Well, over at Cedar Point, we didn't stay around where there was a gang of common cattle at all. The big dance halls and dining places for yaps, and there was a beach you could walk along and get where it was dark. We went there. She didn't talk hardly at all. And neither did I. I was thinking how glad I was my mother was all right. Always made us kids learn to eat with a fork at table and not spill soup and not be noisy and rough like a gang you see around a racetrack, you know, that way.
Hey, Lucy! Lucy, we're going up the beach a ways. Are you coming?
Go on ahead. We'll wait for you here. I feel kind of tired, don't you?
Yeah. I guess so. Miss Lucy?
Why don't we sit down a while? It's nice here.
Lucy and I sat down in a dark place where there was some roots of old trees and the water had washed up.
Feel that wood, how smooth it is. It's like silk.
Yeah. And there was a watery smell. And the night was like As if you could put your hand out and feel it. So warm and soft and dark and sweet, like an orange. After that, the time till we had to go back in the launch and they had to catch their train wasn't nothing at all. It went like winking your eyes.
Lucy! Lucy, it's nearly 10.
Lucy!
I've got to go. We've got to go to the train now. Will you kiss me goodbye?
She was most crying then. But she never knew nothing I knew. She couldn't be so all busted up as I was. Gee whiz. Sometimes I hope I have cancer and die. Guess you know what I mean. We went in a launch across the bay to the train like that, and it was dark, too.
What are you thinking about?
Gee whiz. Only she knew.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
I was thinking you and I could get out of this boat right this minute and walk on the water.
Sounded foolish, all right. But I knew what she meant. And then quick, we were right at the depot. There was a big gang of yaps crowded milling around like cattle, and how could I tell her?
It won't be long because you'll write and I'll answer you.
I got a chance like a hay barn afire, a swell chance I got to answer her.
All aboard! Full hand up, gate 5, green free, Kermit, Kiffin, all aboard!
Yeah, and maybe she'd write me down at Marietta that way, and the letter'd come back. And stamped on the front of it by the USA, there ain't any such guy. Or something like that. Ever they stamp on a letter that way?
All aboard!
Bye, Walter. Thanks for the tip-off. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. When that train went, I busted out and cried like a kid. Gee, I could have run after that train and made man-o'-war look like a freight train after a wreck, but socks almighty. What's the use? Did you ever see such a fool? Me trying to pass myself off for a big bug and a swell. To her. Did you ever see such a fool? I bet you what. If I had an arm broke right now or a train had run over my foot, I wouldn't go to no doctor at all. I'd go sit down, let it hurt and hurt. That's what I'd do, big fool that I am. I'll bet you what. I bet you if I hadn't drunk that booze, I never been such a boob as to go tell such a lie. A lie that couldn't ever be made straight to a lady like her. I wish I had that fellow right here that bought me that drink. I'd smash him for fair. Gosh darn his eyes. He's a big fool, that's what he is. If I'm not another, you just go and find me one and I'll quit working and be a bum, give him my job. I don't care for working and earning and saving it for no such boob as myself.
The second story of tonight's program by Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre is The Open Window by Saki.
My name is Frampton Nuttall. I am a very nervous man. The doctors are not entirely in agreement in the matter of my diet. They have agreed to a man in ordering me complete rest, an absence of mental excitement, and avoidance of anything in the nature of violent physical exercise. It was the doctor's idea that I should go to the country for a week for my health, but it was my sister, Matilda Nuttall, who insisted on Mole Barrington.
I know how it'll be, Frampton. You will bury yourself down there and not speak to a living soul, and your nerves will be worse than ever from moping.
I'm not given to moping, Matilda.
Oh, yes, you are, Frampton. I shall give you letters to all the people I know in Mole Barrington. Some of them, as far as I can remember, are quite nice. You will call on them.
That is how I came to visit Mrs. Sappleton.
Hello.
I would like to see Mrs. Sappleton. My name is Frampton Nuttall.
Really?
I have a letter to Mrs. Sappleton from my sister.
I see. Won't you come in and sit down?
I was led into the drawing room by a young lady of about 15, with unnaturally long legs, a great many freckles on her face, and gray eyes.
I'll tell my aunt you're here. What did you say your name was?
Nuttall. Frampton Nuttall.
I'll tell my aunt, Mr. Nuttall.
I wondered whether Mrs. Sappleton was in the married or widowed state. An indefinable something about the room seemed to suggest masculine habitation. A large French window opened on the garden. Through it I could see a well-kept lawn, and beyond that the darker green of the fens. The scene was delightfully peaceful.
I'm sorry, Mr. Nuttall. My aunt will be down presently. In the meantime, you must try and put up with me.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Nuttall?
Yes?
Do you know many of the people around here?
Not a soul. My sister was staying here at the rectory, some 4 years ago, and she gave me letters of introduction to some of the people here.
Then you know practically nothing about my aunt, Mr. Nuttall?
Only her name and address.
Oh. My aunt's great tragedy happened just 3 years ago. 3 years ago. That would be since your sister's day.
Her tragedy?
Yes. We try not to talk about it. You may wonder why we keep that window open on an October afternoon.
Why, it's quite warm for the time of year.
That's not why we keep it open, Mr. Nuttall.
It hasn't anything to do with the tragedy, has it?
Yes, it has, Mr. Nuttall. Out through that window, 3 years ago today, my aunt's husband and the 2 young brothers went off for their day's shooting. They never came back. In crossing the moor to their favorite snipe shooting ground, they were all 3 engulfed in a treacherous piece of bog. It had been that dreadful wet summer, and places that were safe in other years gave way suddenly without warning. Their bodies were never recovered. That was the dreadful part of it.
Oh.
Poor aunt always thinks they'll come back someday. They and the little brown spaniel that was lost with them, and walk in at that window just as they used to do. That is why the window's kept open every evening, till it is quite dusk.
Oh.
Poor dear aunt. She often told me how they went out. Her husband with his white waterproof coat over his arm, and Ronnie, her youngest brother, singing, Bertie, why do you bound like this? I said, Bertie, why do you bound? As he always did to tease her, because she said it got on her nerves. Do you know, sometimes on still, quiet evenings like this, I almost get a creepy feeling that they'll all walk in through that window.
It was a relief when Mrs. Sappleton came into the room.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Nuttall. I do hope Vera has been amusing you.
She has been very interesting.
It's so nice of you to come and see us, Mr. Nuttall. I do hope you don't mind the open window.
Why, no, no. Open window? No.
My husband and brothers will be home directly from hunting, and they always come in this way. They've been out for snipe in the marshes today, so they make a fine mess over my poor carpets. So like you men folk, isn't it? Do you hunt, Mr. Nuttall?
It was horrible the way the poor woman's mind dwelt on the topic of hunting. I looked up and the girl's eyes caught mine. She shook her head sadly. I tried desperately to change the subject. I told her that I was in Mole Barrington for my health. But I was conscious that Mrs. Sappleton was giving me only a fraction of her attention, and her eyes were constantly staring past me to the open window and the lawn beyond. Then, suddenly, I saw her stiffen. She was staring at the window.
Here they are. Here they are now, just in time for tea.
I turned toward the niece. The child was staring through the open window with dazed horror in her eyes. I turned and looked in the same direction. In the deepening twilight, 3 figures were walking across the lawn toward the window. They all carried guns under their arms, and one of them carried a white waterproof coat hung over his shoulders. A tired brown spaniel kept close at their heels. Noiselessly, they near the house. Oh, good heavens. Oh, good heavens! Help! Help!
Lucy, who on earth was that bolted up the drive as we came in?
That was Mr. Nuttall. I can't imagine what came over him.
I expect it was the spaniel that did it. Mr. Nuttall told me he had a horror of dogs.
Vera?
Yes, Aunt Lucy.
Vera, what did you say to Mr. Nuttall before I came into the room?
Nothing, Aunt Lucy. Mr. Nuttall did all the talking. I didn't say anything. He told me the strangest thing. He was once hunted into a cemetery somewhere on the banks of the Ganges by a pack of pariah dogs and had to spend the night in a newly dug grave with the creature snarling and grinning and foaming just above his head. Enough to make anyone lose their nerve, Aunt Lucy.
You are listening to the Columbia Network's presentation of Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre in 3 famous short stories. You have just heard the first 2 of these, I'm a Fool and The Open Window. We will present the 3rd story in a moment. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. The Columbia Network is presenting 3 famous short stories. And now the Mercury Theatre and Orson Welles resume with My Little Boy by Carl Ewald.
My little boy is beginning to live. Carefully, stumbling now and then on his little knock-kneed legs, he makes his way through the world, looks at everything that there is to look at and bites at every apple, both those that are his due and those which are forbidden him. He is not a pretty child, but he is charming. His face can light up suddenly and become radiant. He can look at you with quite cold eyes. He has a strong intuition, and he is incorruptible. He has never yet bartered a kiss for candy. He has bad habits, too. He is apt, for instance, suddenly and without the slightest reason, to go up to people whom he meets in the street and hit them with his little stick. What is in his mind when he does so, I do not know. And so long as he does not hit me, it remains a matter between himself and the people concerned. He has an odd trick of seizing his words in a grown-up conversation, storing them for a while, and then asking me for an explanation.
Father?
Yes?
What is life?
I give him a tap on his little stomach and roll him over on the carpet and conceal my emotion under a mighty tussle. Later, when we're sitting together, breathless and tired, I give him his answer. Life is delightful, my little boy. Don't you be afraid of it. My little boy is given a penny by Mary, the cook, with instructions to go to the baker's and buy some biscuits. I stand at my window and see him cross the street in his slow way and with bent head. Only he goes slower than usual, with his head bent more deeply between his small shoulders. He stands long outside the baker's window, where there is a confused heap of lollipops and chocolates and sugar sticks. Then he lifts his hand, opens the door, disappears, and presently returns with a paper bag, eating with all his might. And I, who, heaven be praised, have myself been a thief in my time, go all over the house and give my orders. My little boy enters the kitchen.
Puts the biscuits on the table.
He stands still for a moment and looks at Mary and at the table and at the floor. Then he goes into the living room where his mother is sitting.
You're quite a big boy now that you can buy biscuits for Mary.
His face is very long. He says nothing. He comes quietly to me, sits on the edge of a chair.
Hello.
Hello. You've been over the way at the baker's. What did you buy at the baker's?
Lollipops.
Oh, well, I never. What fun. I had some lollipops this morning. Who gave you the money this time?
Mary.
Really? Well, Mary is certainly fond of you, isn't she? Remember the lovely ball she gave you for your birthday?
Father, Mary told me to buy a penny's worth of biscuits.
Oh, dear. It is very quiet in the room. My little boy cries bitterly, and I look anxiously before me and stroke his hair. Well, you fooled Mary badly. She needs those biscuits, of course, for cooking. She thinks they're on the kitchen table, and when she goes to look, she won't find any. Mother gave her a penny for biscuits. Mary gave you a penny for biscuits, and you go and spend it on lollipops. What are we going to do? If only we had a penny, then you could rush across the street and fetch the biscuits.
Father, there's a penny on Mother's writing table.
Oh, is there really? No, I'm afraid that's no use to us, my little boy. That penny belongs to Mother. The other was Mary's. People are so terribly fond of their money and get so angry when you take it from them. I can understand that, for you can buy such an awful lot of things with money. You can get biscuits and lollipops and toys and clothes and half the things in the world. And it's not so easy to make money either. Now, Mary, she has to spend the whole day cleaning rooms and cooking dinner and washing up before she gets her wages. And out of that, she has to buy clothes and shoes. And you know she has a little girl whom she has to pay for at Mrs. Olson's. She must certainly have saved very cleverly before she managed to buy you that ball for your birthday.
Father, haven't you got a penny?
Here's my purse. Look for yourself. Not a penny in it. Spent the last this morning. We walk up and down. We sit down and get up and walk about again. We're very gloomy. We're bowed down with sorrow and look at each other with great perplexity. There might be one hidden away in a drawer somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
If only we could find a penny.
Oh, here's one. Hooray, look, Father. A penny.
Hooray!
It's a penny.
Hurry now. You go this way through my door. Then run back quickly up the kitchen stairs with the biscuits and put them on the table. I'll call Mary so that she doesn't see. We won't tell anybody. He's down the stairs before I've done talking. I run after him. Hey there! Hey! Wasn't it a splendid thing we found that penny?
Yes, yes.
And he laughs for happiness. And I laugh too. His legs go like drumsticks across to the baker's. From my window, I see him come back, running with red cheeks and glad eyes. He's committed his first crime. He's understood it. But he has not the sting of remorse in his soul, nor the black badge of forgiveness on his cap. The mother of my little boy and I sit until late at night talking about money, which seems to us the most difficult matter of all. For our little boy must learn to know the power of money and the glamour of money and the joy of money. He must earn much money and spend much money.
Yet there were 2 people yesterday who killed a man to rob him of $4.37.
My little boy is engaged to be married. She's a big, large-limbed young woman, 3 years his senior. Her name is Gertie. By a misunderstanding, however, which is pardonable at his age and Moreover, quite explained by Gertie's appearance. He calls her Dirty. Little Dirty, and by this name she will be handed down to history.
I want a girl for myself.
Quite right, my boy. Either I know very little of mankind, or he has made a fortunate choice. No one is likely to take Dirty from him. Like the gentleman that he is, he at once brings the girl home to us and introduces her. Owing to the formality of the occasion, he does not go by the kitchen way as usual, but rings the front doorbell. I open the door myself. There he stands on the mat, hat in hand, with Dirty, his bride, and with radiant eyes.
Father, this is little Dirty. She's my sweetheart. We're going to be married.
That's what people usually do with their sweethearts. Come in, Dirty, and be welcomed by the family.
Wipe your feet, Dirty.
The mother of my little boy doesn't think much of the match.
Why, she's a perfectly dreadful little thing. I have a good mind not to let her in the house.
We can't do that. I'm not in ecstasies over her either, but it's not at all certain that it will last.
Yes, but...
Do you remember what little use it was when your mother forbade me the house? We used to meet in the most incredible places and kiss each other terribly. I can quite understand that you've forgotten, but you ought to bear it in mind now that your son's beginning.
My dear.
Besides, I must remind you that it is spring, and so Dirty is accepted. But when she calls, she is first to undergo a short quarantine, while the mother of my little boy washes her and combs her hair thoroughly. Dirty doesn't like this, but the boy does. He looks on with extraordinary eagerness.
No. Look, Mother, look. There. There's a place you haven't washed.
There's a good deal of cruelty in love. He himself hates to be washed, or perhaps it is merely his sense of duty. Last Friday, in cold blood, he allowed Dirty to wait outside on the step for half an hour until his mother came home. Another of his joys is to see Dirty eat. I can quite understand that. Here is something worth looking at. The mother of my little boy and I would be glad, too, to watch her if there were any chance of giving Dirty her fill. But there is none. At least not with my income. When I see all that food disappear without as much as a shade of satisfaction coming into her eyes, I tremble for the young couple's future. But he is cheerful and unconcerned. My little boy and I have had a very interesting walk in the park. There was a mouse which was irresistible. There were two sparrows, husband and wife, who built their nest right before our eyes, and a snail which had no secrets for us. And there were flowers, yellow and white and green leaves, which told us the oddest adventures. Now we are sitting on a bench, digesting our impressions.
What was that?
Oh, that was the lion in the zoo.
What's the zoo, Father?
The zoo, my boy, is a horrid place where they lock up wild beasts who've done no wrong. Animals who are accustomed to walk about freely in far-off countries where they come from. The lion is there. You just heard him roaring. He's so strong that he can kill a policeman with one blow of his paw. He has great haughty eyes and awfully sharp teeth. They caught him one day in a trap, tied him with ropes and dragged him here and locked him in a cage with iron bars to it. Cage is about half the size of the kitchen at home. And there the king walks up and down, and gnashes his teeth with sorrow and rage, and roars so that you can hear him miles away. And outside his cage stand curious people who laugh at him because he can't get out, eat them up, and poke their sticks through the rails and tease him.
Would he eat them up if he got out?
In a moment.
But he can't get out, can he, Father?
No. It's awfully sad. He can't get out.
Well, Father, let's go and look at the lion.
I pretend not to hear, and go on to tell him of the strange birds there. Great eagles that used to fly over church steeples and over the highest trees and mountains. Now they are sitting in cages on a perch like canaries with clipped wings and blind eyes. I tell him of gulls that used to fly all day long over the stormy sea. Now they splash about in a puddle of water, screaming pitifully. I tell him of wonderful blue and red birds, which in their youth used to live among wonderful red and blue flowers in forests 1,000 times bigger than this park. Now they sit there in very small cages and hang their beaks while they stare at tiresome boys in dark blue suits and black stockings, and rubbers and sailor hats.
Are these birds really blue?
Sky blue, and utterly broken-hearted.
Father, can't we go and look at the birds?
I don't think we will. Why should more silly boys go and look at them? You can't imagine how it goes to one's heart to look at those poor captive birds.
Father, I should so much like to go to the zoo.
Take my advice and don't. The animals there are not the real animals you see. They are ill and ugly and angry because of their captivity, and their longing and their pain.
But I should like so much to see them.
Now, let me tell you something. To go to the zoo costs 5 cents for you and 10 cents for me. That makes 15 cents altogether. That's an awful lot of money. We won't go there now, but we'll buy the biggest money box we can find. One of those money boxes shaped like a pig. Then we'll put 15 cents in it, and every Thursday we'll put 15 cents in the pig. By and by, that'll grow to be quite a fortune. Such a fortune that when you're grown up, you can take a trip to Africa yourself and to the desert and hear the wild, the real lion roaring and tremble just like the people tremble down there.
Father, I'd rather go to the zoo now.
Shall we go and have some ice cream at Justice?
I'd rather go to the zoo.
You're not going to the zoo. Now we'll go home. And home we go, but we're not in a good temper. Of course, I get over it and buy him an enormous money-box pig. We put the money into it, and he thinks that most interesting. But late in the afternoon, I find him in the nursery, engaged in a piteous game. He has built a cage in which he has imprisoned the pig. He is teasing it and hitting it with his whip.
Can't get out and bite me, you stupid pig. You can't get out, do you hear? You can't get out. You can't get out.
Dirty is paying us a visit, and my little boy is sitting at her feet. She has buried her fingers in her hair and is reading. Reading.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant.
The boy watches her with tender compassion. And he comes to me.
Father, must Dirty do all the 10 Commandments say?
Yes?
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Father, when I grow big, must I do all the 10 Commandments say?
Yes?
Father, do you do all the 10 Commandments say?
Yes?
Well, Father, I don't believe that I can do all those things that the 10 Commandments say.
There is a great hullabaloo among the children in the courtyard. I hear them shouting something, and I go to the window and see my little boy in the front rank of the ruffians screaming, fighting with clenched fists, without his cap. I know that he'll come up before long and tell me about it. Presently appears. He stands still, as is his way, by my side, says nothing. I steal a glance at him. He's greatly excited and proud and glad, like one who has fearlessly done his duty. Well, what fun you've been having down there.
Well, it was a Jewish boy we were beating up.
What? A Jewish boy? You beating him up? What had he done?
Nothing.
He seems puzzled. I look so queer suddenly. Now I snatch my hat and run out of the door as fast as I can. Come! We must find this Jewish boy and beg his pardon. My little boy hurries after me. He does not understand a word of it, but he is terribly in earnest. What's his name?
Nathan.
Nathan! There's nobody in the courtyard. We go out in the street. Nathan! All in vain. The Jewish boy and his persecutors are blown away into space. So we go and sit up in my room again. Well, nothing to be done now. Hope you'll meet that Jewish boy someday so that you can give him your hand and ask him to forgive you. You must tell him that you did it only because you were stupid. But if another time anyone does him any harm, I hope you'll go in and help him and beat up the other fellow as long as you can move a limb.
Yes.
I can see by my little boy's face that he is ready to do what I wish. So now I have to explain. Now let me tell you, the Jews are by way of being quite a wonderful people. You remember David, about whom Dirty reads at school? He was a Jewish boy. And the child Jesus, whom everybody worships and loves. Although he died 2,000 years ago, he was a Jew too. My little boy stands with his arms on my knee. Now, the old Hebrews rise before us in all their splendor and power. They ride on their camels in coats of many colors and with long beards. Moses and Joseph and his brethren, and Samson and David and Saul. We hear wonderful stories. The walls of Jericho fall at the sound of the trumpet.
What next? Go on, Father, go on.
The whole day is devoted to Jews. We learn that many of the most famous men in the world are Jews. And when evening comes, and Mother sits down at the piano and sings the song which Father loves above all other songs, it appears that the words were written by one Jew and the melody composed by another. My little boy is hot and red when he falls asleep that night. He turns restlessly in his bed and talks in his sleep.
He's a little feverish tonight.
We're spending the summer in the country, a long way out where the real country is. Cows and horses, pigs and sheep, a beautiful dog and hens and ducks form our circle of acquaintances. The sun burns us. We eat like farmhands, sleep like guinea pigs, and wake like larks. Presently, for better or worse, we get neighbors. They're regular city people. The pearl of the family is Erna. Erna is 5 years old. Her very small face is pale green, with watery blue eyes and yellow curls. She is richly and gaily dressed in a broad and slovenly sash, a daintily embroidered dress, short open-work socks, and patent leather shoes. I at once perceived that my little boy's eyes have seen a woman. Altogether, there's no doubt as to the condition of his heart. One morning, he proposes. He's sitting with his beloved on the lawn. Close to them, her aunt is nursing her rheumatism under a red parasol. Up in the balcony above, I sit, like Providence, and see everything, myself unseen.
Erna, you shall be my sweetheart. I have a sweetheart already at home. Her name is Dirty.
This communication naturally by no means lowers Erna's suitor in her eyes, but it immediately rouses Auntie's moral instincts.
If you have a sweetheart, you must be true to her.
But Erna's going to be my sweetheart.
Listen, child, you're a very naughty boy. If you have given this,
Dirty.
That's an extraordinary name. But if you've given her your word, you must keep it till you die. Otherwise, you'll never, never be happy.
My little boy understands not a word and answers not a word, but later, after lunch, he comes up to where his mother and I are sitting, puts his hands in his pockets, looks straight before him.
Father, can't you have two sweethearts?
The question comes quite unexpectedly, but at the moment I don't know what to answer.
Well?
I pull my waistcoat down and my collar up. Yes, you can have two sweethearts. But it is wrong. It leads to more fuss and unpleasantness than you can possibly imagine.
Are you so fond of Erna?
Yes.
Do you want to marry her?
Yes.
Well, then, the thing is settled. We'll write to Dirty and give her notice. Well, there's nothing else to be done. I'll write now, and you can give the letter yourself to the postman when he comes this afternoon. If you take my advice, you'll make her a present of your boar, and she'll not be so much upset.
She can have my goldfish, too, if she likes.
Oh, excellent, excellent. We'll give her the goldfish. Then she really will have nothing in the world to complain of. My little boy goes away. But presently he returns.
Father, have you written a letter to Dirty?
Not yet, my boy. It's time enough. I shan't forget it.
Father, I'm so fond of Dirty.
She was certainly a dear little girl.
Father, I'm also so fond of Erna.
We look at each other. This is no joke. Perhaps we'd better wait with the letter till tomorrow. Or perhaps it would be best if we talk to Dirty ourselves. We get back to town. Then my eyes surprise an indescribable smile on our mother's face. All a woman's incapacity to understand man's honesty is contained within that smile. And I resent it greatly. Come. Let us go. My little boy and I go out to a place we know of, far away behind the hedge, where we lie on our back and look up at the blue sky and talk together sensibly, as two gentlemen should. My little boy is going to school. We can't keep him at home any longer, says his mother. He himself is glad to go, of course, because he doesn't know what school is. I know what it is, and I know also that there is no escape for him, but I am sick at heart. So we go for our last morning walk along the road where something wonderful has always happened to us. We sit down by the edge of our usual ditch, and suddenly my heart triumphs over my understanding. I just want to tell you that school is a horrid place. You can have no conception of what you'll have to put up with there. They will tell you that 2 and 2 are 4.
Mother's taught me that already.
Yes, but that is wrong. 2 and 2 are never 4. Only very seldom. And that's not all. You will never have any more time to play in the courtyard with Einar. When he shouts to you to come out, you'll have to sit and read about a lot of horrible old kings who've been dead for hundreds and hundreds of years, if they ever existed at all, which, for my part, I simply don't believe. My little boy doesn't understand me. But he sees that I am sad. Puts his hand in mine.
Mother says that you must go to school to become a clever boy. Mother says that Einar is ever so much too small and stupid to go to school.
I bow my head, and nod, and say nothing. I take him to school. See how he gallops up the steps without so much as turning to look back at me. Here ends this story about my little boy. What more can there be to tell? He is no longer mine. I have handed him over to society.
There was nothing else to be done.
Really? Was there nothing else to be done? I wonder. Small boys have a bad time of it, you know.
They had a worse time of it in the old days.
That's poor comfort. The world is still full of parents and teachers who shake their stupid heads and turn up their old eyes and cross their flat chests with horror at the wickedness of youth. Children are so disobedient, they say, so naughty, so self-willed, and talk so disrespectfully to their elders. And what do? We who know better.
We do what we can.
She says it in such a way and looks at me with two such sensible eyes, and is so strong and so true, that I suddenly think things quite well for our little boy. And I become quiet and cheerful like herself. Those teachers of his better look out, though. My little boy, for all I care, may take from them all the English and geography and history that he can, but they shan't throw dust in his eyes about the important things. I shall keep him awake, and we shall have great fun finding them out.
And I shall help him with his English and geography and history.
Tonight, the Columbia Network has brought you Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the air in dramatized versions of three famous short stories. I'm a Fool by Sherwood Anderson, The Open Window by H.H. Munro, Saki, and My Little Boy by Carl Ewald. We now present the star and director of these broadcasts, Orson Welles.
My little boy grew up to be a writer, like his father, Carl Ewald. And according to Mr. Alexander Wolcott, who made widely known that indescribably lovely testament of love, my little boy has chiefly distinguished himself in Denmark as the translator of successful English novels, including The Green Hat. The second and somewhat sinister posy in this evening's children's garland was The Open Window by H.K. Munro, who signed himself Saki. It has been said of Hector Munro that he was entirely incapable of boring a fellow creature. It is, God knows, eternally true of Saki. Indeed, his sister's earliest recollections of him, in the nursery where he and their brother Charlie had been rashly left to their own devices, is worthy of his most improbable heroes. To quote from her, Hector had seized the long-handled hearth-brush, plunged it into the fire, and chased Charlie and me around the table, shouting, "I am God, I am going to destroy the world." H.K. Munro joined up at the beginning of the war and was killed by a sniper on the 14th of November, 1916, just before dawn. The author of our opening bill, that searching and poignant confession of a young lover who lied and lost, is this moment the editor of two newspapers in Marion, Virginia, one Democratic and the other Republican. This virtually perfect condition of life is the happy ending of a career that commenced surprisingly and suddenly one hot afternoon when Mr. Sherwood Anderson was the manager of a paint factory in Elyria, Ohio. He was sitting in his office, the story goes, dictating a letter, when he turned to his stenographer and said sharply, "I am walking in the bed of a river." He then put on his hat and walked out of the paint factory and also out of Elyria, Ohio, never to return. But Sherwood Anderson never forsook his native state. Not really. After all, nothing could be more faithful to it than I'm a Fool. Well, next week, Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. Till then, thanks, everybody, and good night.
The following actors appeared in tonight's broadcast. In Sherwood Anderson's I'm a Fool, Orson Welles played the part of Joe, Edgar Barrier played Wilbur, and William Allen, the first bookmaker. In Saki's The Open Window, the part of Frampton Nuttall was played by Ray Collins, Mrs. Sappleton by Brenda Forbes, and Vera by Anna Stafford. In My Little Boy, the part of the mother was played by Betty Gard, the little boy by Kingsley Colton, Little Dirty by Estelle Levy, and the father by Orson Welles. Tonight's production by the Mercury Theatre on the Air was heard on the CBS network and through the stations of the Canadian Broadcasting System. Bernard Herrmann conducted the music, and Earl McGill supervised for the Columbia Network. Dan Seymour speaking. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And that was the fifth installment from the Mercury Theatre on the Air series titled Three Short Stories, and originally aired on Monday, August 8th, 1938. At the time of this broadcast, the Mercury Theatre on the Air was still a relatively new program, but it had already gained attention for its ambitious adaptations. The decision to feature 3 short stories in one episode may have been a way to showcase the ensemble's talent and appeal to a wide audience. So I'd like to ask you now, which of these stories was your favorite? Was it the first one we heard, I'm a Fool by Sherwood Anderson, where the story explores themes of youthful insecurity, pride, and regret, and told through the perspective of a young man reflecting on a chance encounter with a girl, and a poignant reminder of how fleeting moments can shape our lives? Perhaps you enjoyed Story 2, The Open Window by Saki H. Munro the most. A masterful blend of humor and suspense. The story is a short and sharp social satire about a nervous man who visits a country home only to be drawn into an elaborate tale woven by a mischievous young girl. Or maybe the last one we heard, the third story, was your favorite, My Little Boy by Carl Ewald. It's a lesser-known piece about a relationship between a father and his young son, reflects the innocence of childhood and the hopes parents have for their children. Which one was my favorite? It was the third story, My Little Boy. I feel like this is an episode that many parents in our modern age can still relate to. I thought Orson Welles did a fantastic job in it.
Is there any other business? There is. Some weeks ago, I showed you a draft I made, proclaiming freedom for all slaves. You thought then it was not the time to issue it. I agreed. I think now the moment has come. I will read it. Here it is again. It is proclaimed that on the first day of January, in the year of our Lord 1863, all persons held as slaves within any state, the people whereof shall then be in rebellion against the United States, shall be then, henceforward, and forever free.
I must oppose the issue of such a proclamation at this moment in the most unqualified terms.
I do not quite understand, Mr. President, why you think this the precise moment.
Believe me, gentlemen, I have considered this matter with all the earnestness and understanding of which I am capable.
But when the New York Tribune urged you to come forward with a clear declaration 6 months ago, you rebuked them.
Because I thought the occasion not the right one.
We're going to be diving into the 6th episode from the series, Abraham Lincoln, which was adapted from John Drinkwater's celebrated play. This episode is a poignant dramatization of the life and legacy of one of America's most revered presidents, and was originally broadcast on Monday, August 15th, 1938.
Wherever you are in the world, an hour and a half from now, there will come to you through these same radio facilities the voice of the President of the United States. Until then, here is another president. His words, at least, which on Monday, August the 15th, 1938, are still entirely alive, and his person preserved in a fine and very famous play. His words we have collected for this broadcast from many sources, from letters and speeches, debates and proclamations, and from the written record of his own private conversation. They amount to a testament of his abiding faith in this, our land of the free. Much of it you will recognize, and much of it is as new as though this microphone were in the White House tonight.
I was born February 12th, 1809, in Hardin County, Kentucky. My parents were both in Virginia, from distinguished families, second families, perhaps I should say. My mother, who died in my 10th year, was of a family of the name of Hanks, some of whom now reside in Macon County, Illinois. My paternal grandfather emigrated from Rockingham County, Virginia, to Kentucky, where a year or two later he was killed by the Indians. When I came of age, somehow I could read, write, and cipher to the rule of 3. That was all. I have not been to school since. Little advance I now have upon this store of education I picked up from time to time under the pressure of necessity. I was raised to farm work, which I continued till I was 22. 21, I came to New Salem, where I remained a year as a sort of clerk in a store. Then came the Black Hawk War, and I was elected a captain of the volunteers, a success which gave me more pleasure than any I've had since. From 1849 to 1854, I practiced law in Springfield. What I have done since then, pretty well known. If any personal description of me is thought desirable, it may be said I am in height 6 feet 4 inches, nearly and lean in flesh, weighing on an average 180 pounds, dark complexion with coarse black hair and gray eyes. No other marks or brands recollected. Yours truly, Abraham Lincoln.
Gentlemen, you said this was a great evening for me. It is. And I'll say more than I mostly do because it is. I'm likely to go into history now with a great man. For now I know better than any how great he is. I'm plain-looking, and I've a sharp tongue, and I've a mind that doesn't always go in his easy high way. And that's what history will see, and it will laugh a little and say, "Poor Abe Lincoln." That's all right, but it's not all. I've always known when he should go forward and when he should hold back. I've watched and watched. There are women like that, lots of them. But I'm lucky. My work's going farther than Illinois. It's going farther than any of us can tell. I made things easy for him to think and sink when we were poor. And now his thinking has brought him to this. They wanted to make him governor of Oregon. And he would have gone and have come to nothing there. I stopped him. Now they're coming from Chicago, from the Republican convention there, to ask him to be president. And I've told him to go.
It's a great place for a man to fill. You know, it's hard to believe. When I think of the times I've sat in this room of an evening and seen your husband come in, ma'am, with his battered hat and tie falling off the back of his head, and stuffed with papers that won't go into his pockets, and God-darning some rascal who done him about an assignment or a trespass, why, I can't think he's gone up there into the eyes of the world.
Well, Mary. How do you do, Samuel? How do you do, Timothy?
Good evening, Abraham.
Good evening, Abraham. Well, we'll be going. We only came in to give you good fare, so to say. Great word you got to speak this evening.
Makes a humble body almost afraid of himself, Abraham. To know his friend is to be one of the great ones of the earth. with his yes and no law for these many, many thousands of folk.
Makes a man humble to be chosen so, Samuel. So humble that no man but would say no to such bidding if he dare. To be president of this people, and trouble gathering everywhere in men's hearts. It's a searching thing. Bitterness and scorn and wrestling often with men I shall despise, and perhaps nothing truly done at the end. But I must go. Samuel, Timothy, just glass that cordial, man, before they leave. May the devil smudge that girl, Susan. Susan Deddington. Where's that darnation cordial?
It's all right, Abraham. I told the girl to keep it out. Oh, the cupboard's choked with papers. Here you are.
Poor hospitality for whiskey-drinking rascals like yourselves, but the thought's good.
Oh, don't mention it, Abraham.
We wish you well, Abraham. Our compliments, ma'am. Samuel, I give you the United States of America and Abraham Lincoln.
Thank you.
Samuel, Timothy, I drink to the hope of honest friends. Mary, the friendship. I'll need that always, for I've a queer, anxious heart. Give you the United States of America.
Well, good night, Abraham. Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Good night.
Night, ma'am.
Good night, Mr. Stone. Good night, Mr.
Good night, Samuel. Good night, Timothy. Thanks for coming.
You'd better see them in here.
5 minutes to 7. You're sure about it, Mary?
Yes. Aren't you?
We mean to set bonds to slavery. The South will resist. They may try to break away from the Union. If the Union is set aside, America will crumble. Saving of it may mean blood.
Who is to shape it all if you don't?
There's nobody. I know it.
Then go.
Go.
The gentlemen have come.
I'll come to them. I'll send them in. Abraham, I believe in you.
I know. I know. I hold that there is no reason in the world why the Negro is not entitled to all the natural rights enumerated in the Declaration of Independence. The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I hold that he is as much entitled to these as the white man, and the right to eat the bread without the leave of anybody else, which his own hand earns. He is my equal, and the equal of every living man.
November 6, 1860. Republican Party 180 out of 303 electoral votes. 1,857,000 out of 4,645,000 popular votes. Lincoln elected president.
Fellow citizens of the Senate and House of Representatives, this issue, the right of secession, embraces more than the fate of these United States. It presents to the whole family of men the question whether a constitutional republic or democracy, a government of the people by the same people, can or cannot maintain its territorial integrity against its own domestic forces.
It presents the question whether discontented individuals, too few in numbers to control administration, can always, upon the pretenses or arbitrarily without any pretense, break up their government and thus practically put an end to free government upon the earth. Is there, in all republics, this inherent and fatal weakness? Must the government of necessity be too strong for the liberties of its own people, or too weak to maintain its own existence?
Common feeling in the South, Mr. Seward, that as Secretary of State, you are the one man here at Washington to see this thing with large imagination. I say this with no disrespect to the President. But what does his experience of great affairs of state amount to beside yours, Mr. Seward?
My support of the President is, of course, unquestionable, Mr. Jennings.
Oh, entirely. But how can your support be more valuable than in lending him your unequaled understanding?
You understand, of course, that I can say nothing officially.
These are nothing but informal suggestions.
But I may tell you that I am not unsympathetic.
I was sure that that would be so.
Yes, come in.
The President is coming up the stairs, sir.
Thank you. This is unfortunate. Say nothing and go at once.
Here he is.
Good morning, Mr. Seward. Good morning, Miss Jennings.
Good morning, Mr. President.
And I am obliged to you for calling, Mr. Jennings. Good morning.
Perhaps Mr. Jennings could spare me 10 minutes. Say 5 minutes. I'm anxious always for any opportunity to exchange views with our friends of the South. Much enlightenment may be gained in 5 minutes. It seems, I beg you, Mr. Seward will allow us.
By all means. Shall I leave you?
Leave us, but why? I may want your support, Mr. Secretary, if we should not wholly agree. Well, Mr. Jennings, you have messages for us.
Mr. Jennings, in his anxiety for peace, was merely seeking the best channel through which suggestions could be made.
To whom?
To the government.
The head of the government is here.
But,
Come, sir. What is it?
It's this matter of Fort Sumter, Mr. President.
Yes?
If you withdraw your garrison from Fort Sumter, it won't be looked upon as weakness in you. We believe that the South at heart does not want secession. It wants to establish the right to decide for itself.
The South wants the stamp of national approval upon slavery. Can't have it.
Mr. President, if I may say so, you don't quite understand.
Does Mr. Seward understand?
I believe so.
You are wrong. He doesn't understand because you didn't mean him to. I don't blame you. You think you're acting for the best. You think you've got an honest case, but I'll put your case for you, and I'll put it naked. Many people in this country want abolition, many don't. But every man, whether he wants it or not, knows it may come. Why does the South propose secession? Because it knows abolition may come and it wants to avoid it. I said the other day that Fort Sumter would be held as long as we could hold it. I said it because I know exactly what it means.
I see how it is. You may force freedom as much as you like, but we are to beware how we force slavery.
Couldn't be put better, Mr. Jennings. That's what the Union means. It is a union that stands for common right. We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained, do not allow it to break our bonds of affection. That is our answer. Tell them that. Will you tell them that?
You are determined?
I beg you to tell them.
It shall be as you wish.
Implore them to order your troops' return. You can telegraph it now from here. Will you do that?
If you wish it. But it will do no good, Mr. Lincoln. They won't give way.
It's a grave decision. Terribly grave. For all of us. Morning, Mr. Jennings. Seward, this won't do.
You don't suspect, Mr.
I
President?
do not, but let us be plain. No man can say how wisely, but Providence has brought me to the leadership of this country with a task before me greater than that which rested on Washington himself. When I made my cabinet, you were the first man I chose. I do not regret it. I think I never shall. But remember, faith earns faith. What is it? Why didn't this man come to see me?
He thought my word might bear more weight with you than his.
Your word for what?
Discretion about Fort Sumter.
Discretion?
It's devastating, this thought of civil war.
It is. You think I'm less sensible of that than you. War should be impossible. But you can only make it impossible by destroying its causes. If we withdraw from Fort Sumter, we do nothing to destroy that cause. We can only destroy it by convincing the southern states that secession is a betrayal of their trust. Please, God, we may do so.
Has there perhaps been some timidity in making all this clear to the country?
Timidity? You were talking of discretion.
I mean that perhaps our policy has not been sufficiently defined.
And have you not concurred in all our decisions? Seward, you may think I'm simple, but I can see your mind working as plainly as you might see the innards of a clock. You can bring great gifts to this government with your zeal and your administrative experience and your love of men. Don't spoil it by thinking I've got a dull brain.
Yes, I see. I've not been thinking quite clearly about it all. Mr. President, I beg your pardon.
That's brave of you. Give me a hand. Come in.
There's a messenger from Major Anderson, sir. He's ridden straight from Fort Sumter.
All right, Hay, bring him in.
Yes, sir.
Don't like the sound of it. One moment, Hay.
Sir?
Are there any gentlemen of the cabinet in the house?
Mr. Chase and Mr. Blair, I believe, sir.
My compliments to them, and will they be prepared to see me here at once if necessary? Send the same message to any other cabinet members you can find.
Yes.
Seward, we may have to decide now. Now, come in. Are you the messenger from Fort Sumter?
Yes, sir. Word of mouth, sir.
Well?
Major Anderson presents his duty to the government. He can hold the fort 3 days more without provisions and reinforcements.
Things very bad at the fort.
The major says 3 days, sir. Most of us would have said 24 hours.
I see. Thank you. Wait outside, please.
Yes, sir.
3 days, Seward, 3 days. My God. My God, Seward, we need great courage, great faith. There is a tide in the affairs of men. You read Shakespeare, Seward?
Shakespeare? No.
The cabinet is here, sir. Mr. Chase, Mr. Hook, and Mr. Wells.
Show them in.
Yes, sir.
Good day, Mr. President.
Good morning, Mr. Wells, Mr. Hook.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. President. How do you do, Mr. Seward? Something urgent?
Let us be seated. Gentlemen, we meet in a crisis, the most fateful, perhaps, that has ever faced any government in this country. Can be stated briefly. A message has just come from Anderson. He can hold Fort Sumter 3 days at most, unless we send men and provisions.
Mr. President, I consider that we should withdraw.
Don't you see that to withdraw may postpone war, but that it will make it inevitable in the end?
It is inevitable if we resist.
I fear it will be so, but in that case we shall enter it with uncompromised principles. Mr. Chase?
It is difficult, but on the whole, my opinion is with yours, Mr. President.
And you, Seward?
I respect your opinion, but I must differ.
I charge you, all of you, to weigh this thing with all your understanding. To temporize now cannot, in my opinion, avert war. To speak plainly to the world and standing by our resolution to hold Fort Sumter with all our means, and in a plain declaration that the Union must be preserved, will leave us with a clean cause, simply and loyally supported. I tremble at the thought of war. But we have in our hands a sacred trust. It is threatened. Persuasion has failed, and I conceive it to be our duty to resist. To withhold supplies from Fort Sumter would be to deny that duty. Gentlemen, the matter is before you. For sending men and provisions to Fort Sumter, 3. For immediate withdrawal. 5. Gentlemen, I may have taken upon myself the responsibility of overriding your vote. It will be for me to satisfy Congress and public opinion. Should I receive any resignations? Thank you for your consideration. Will you send in that messenger?
Yes, sir.
You sent for me, Mr. President?
I did. Can you ride back to Fort Sumter at once?
Yes, sir.
Tell Major Anderson that we cannot reinforce him immediately. We haven't the men.
Yes, sir.
Say that the first convoy of supplies will leave Washington this evening.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Whereas the laws of the United States have been for some time past and now are opposed, and the execution thereof obstructed in the states of South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, by combinations too powerful to be suppressed by the ordinary course of judicial proceedings, or by the powers vested in the marshals by law. Now, therefore, I, Abraham Lincoln, President of the United States, in virtue of the power in me vested by the Constitution and the laws, have thought fit to call forth and do hereby call forth militia of the several states of the Union to the number of 75,000, in order to suppress said combinations and to cause the laws to be duly executed.
You are listening to Orson Welles as Abraham Lincoln in Columbia's presentation of the Mercury Theatre on the Air. The broadcast is an adaptation of John Drinkwater's Abraham Lincoln with original Lincoln speeches. The drama will continue in just a moment. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. We continue now with the performance of John Drinkwater's Abraham Lincoln by Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the Air.
Fellow citizens of the Senate and the House of Representatives, the war continues, and it continues to develop. That the insurrection is largely, if not exclusively, a war upon the first principle of popular government, the rights of the people. It is not needed nor fitting here that a general argument should be made in favor of popular institutions, but there is one point to which I ask a brief attention. It is assumed that labor is available only in connection with capital. That nobody labors unless somebody else owning capital somehow by the use of it induces him to labor. This assumed, it is next considered whether it is best that capital shall hire laborers and thus induce them to work by their own consent, or buy them and drive them to it without their consent. Having proceeded that far, it is naturally concluded that all laborers are either hired laborers or what we call slaves. And further, it is assumed that whoever is once a hired laborer is fixed in that condition for life. Now, there is no such relation between capital and labor as assumed. Nor is there any such thing as a free man being fixed for life in the condition of a hired laborer. Both these assumptions are false, and all inferences from them are groundless. Labor is prior to and independent of capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor, and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. No men living are more worthy to be trusted than these who toil up from poverty. Let them beware of surrendering a political power which they already possess, and which, if surrendered, will sorely be used to close the door of advancement against such as they, and to fix new disabilities and burdens upon them, till all of liberty shall be lost.
I've just had my summons. Is there some special news?
Yes, McClellan has defeated Lee at Antietam. It's our greatest success. They ought not to recover from it. The tide is turning.
Have you seen the president, Mrs. Stanton?
I've just been with him.
What does he say?
He only said at last. He's coming directly.
He'll bring up his proclamation again. In my opinion, it's inopportune.
I thought we had learnt by now that the president is the best man among us.
There's a good deal of feeling against him everywhere, I find.
He is the one man with character enough for this business.
There are other opinions.
Yes, but not here, surely, Mr. Hook.
It's not for me to say. There are some who would have acted differently.
And you may depend upon it that they would not have acted so wisely, Mr. Hook.
I don't altogether agree with the president, but he's the only man I should agree with at all.
No. Is Lee's army broken?
Not yet, but it is in grave danger.
Why doesn't the president come? I think this news was nothing.
I must say I'm anxious to know what he has to say about it all.
I shall oppose it if it comes up.
He may say nothing about it.
I think he will.
Gentlemen, the president.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning. Great news we hear.
If we leave things with the army now to take their course, why, we ought to see through our difficulties.
It's an exciting morning, gentlemen. I feel rather excited myself. I find my mind not at its best in excitement. Would you allow me to read you something? It's not long, and it may compose us all. It's Artemus Ward's latest. High-handed outrage at Utica. In the fall of 1856, I showed my show in Utica, a truly great city in the state of New York. People gave me a cordial reception. The press was loud in her praises. One day I was given a description of my beasts and snakes in my usual flowery style, when what was my consternation, and showing my cage containing my wax figures of the Lord's Last Supper, I says, but up comes a fella and seized Judas Iscariot by the feet and dragged him out on the ground. He then commenced for to pound him as hard as he could. What under the sun are you about? Cried I. Says he, what did you bring this pusillanimous cuss here for? And he hit the wax figure another tremendous blow on the head. Says I, you egregious ass, that is a wax figure. Representation of the false apostle. Says he, that's all very well for you to say, but I tell you, old man, that Judas Iscariot can't show himself in Utica with importunity by a downside, with which observation he caved in Judas's head. Young man belonged to one of the first families in Utica. I sued him, and the jury brought in a verdict of arson in the third degree. Gentlemen, I'd give up office if I could write like that.
May we now consider affairs of state?
Yes, we may.
Mr. Hook says, yes, we may.
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank Mr. Hook.
McClellan is in pursuit of Lee, I suppose.
You suppose a good deal, but for the first time, McClellan has the chance of being in pursuit of Lee, and that's the first sign of their end. If McClellan doesn't take his chance, we'll move Grant down to the job.
Grant drinks.
Well, then tell me the name of his brand. I'll send him some barrels. He wins victories.
There any other business?
There is. Some weeks ago, I showed you a draft I made, proclaiming freedom for all slaves. You thought then it was not the time to issue it. I agreed. I think now the moment has come. I will read it. It is again. This proclaimed that on the 1st day of January, in the year of our Lord 1863, all persons held as slaves within any state, the people whereof shall then be in rebellion against the United States, shall be then, henceforward, and forever free.
I must oppose the issue of such a proclamation at this moment in the most unqualified terms.
I do not quite understand, Mr. President, why you think this the precise moment.
Believe me, gentlemen, I have considered this matter with all the earnestness and understanding of which I am capable.
But when the New York Tribune urged you to come forward with a clear declaration 6 months ago, you rebuked them.
Because I thought the occasion not the right one. My duty, it has seemed to me, has been to be loyal to a principle and not to betray it by expressing an action at the wrong time. That is why I conceive statesmanship. For long now, I've had two fixed resolves: to preserve the Union and to abolish slavery. How to preserve the Union, I was always clear. And more than 2 years of bitterness have not dulled my vision. We have fought for the Union, and we are now winning for the Union. With that victory and a vindicated Union will come abolition. I made the promise to myself and to my Maker. The rebel army is now driven out, and I'm going to fulfill that promise. I do not wish your advice about the main matter, but that I've determined for myself. This is, I say, without intending anything but respect for any one of you. But I beg you to stand with me in this thing.
Well, in my opinion, it's altogether too impetuous.
One other observation I will make. I know very well that others might in this matter, as in others, do better than I can. And if I was satisfied that the public confidence was more fully possessed by any one of them than by me, and knew of any constitutional way in which he could be put in my place, he should have it. I would gladly yield it to him. But though I cannot claim undivided confidence, I do know that all things considered, any other person has more. This I do not know, and moreover this may be, there is no way in which I can have any other man put where I am. I am here. I must do the best I can and bear the responsibility of taking the course which I feel I ought to take.
Could this be left over for a short time for consideration?
I feel that we should remember that our only public cause at the moment is the preservation of the Union. I entirely agree with Wells.
Gentlemen, we cannot escape history. We of this administration will be remembered, in spite of ourselves. In giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom to the free. We shall nobly save or meanly lose the last best hope on earth. I shall sign this proclamation now. Excuse me, gentlemen. Shall be thenceforward and forever free. Gentlemen, I pray for your support. Good day.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Good day, Mr. President.
Hook.
Yes, Mr. President.
Hook, will you stay a moment?
Yes, Mr. President.
Hook, one cannot help hearing things.
I beg your pardon.
Hook, there's a way some people have when a man says a disagreeable thing of asking him to repeat it, hoping to embarrass him. It's often effective, but I'm not easily embarrassed. I said one cannot help hearing things.
And I do not understand what you mean, Mr. President.
Come, Hook, we're alone. Lincoln is a good enough name, and I think you understand.
How should I?
Then plainly there are intrigues going on.
Against the government?
No. In it. Against me.
Oh, criticism, perhaps.
To what end? To better my ways?
I presume that might be the purpose.
Then why am I not told what it is?
I imagine it's natural compunction.
Or ambition.
What do you mean?
Huck, you've been bitten by the White House bug. You think you ought to be in my place.
You're well informed.
You cannot imagine why everyone does not see that you ought to be in my place.
By what right you say that?
Is it not true?
You take me unprepared. You have me at a disadvantage.
You speak as a very scrupulous man, Hook.
Do you question my honor?
As you will.
Then I resign.
As a protest against...
Your suspicion.
Is false?
Very well. I'll be frank. I mistrust your judgment, Mr. Lincoln.
In what?
Generally, you overemphasize abolition.
You don't mean that. You mean that you fear possible public feeling against abolition.
It must be persuaded, not forced. Besides, you have, in my opinion, failed in necessary firmness in telling the South what will be the individual penalties of rebellion.
This is war. I will not allow it to become a blood feud.
But we are fighting treason. We must meet it with severity.
We will defeat treason. I will meet it with conciliation.
It is a policy of weakness.
It is a policy of faith. It is a policy of compassion. Hook. Hook, why do you plague me with these jealousies? Once before I found a member of my cabinet working behind my back, but he was disinterested and he made amends. Nobly. But, Hook, you have allowed the burden of these days to sour you. I know it all. I've watched you plotting and plotting for authority, and I, who am a lonely man, and sick at heart. So great is the task God has given to my hand, and so few are my days, and my deepest hunger is always for loyalty in my own house. You have withheld it from me. You have done great service in your office, but you have grown envious. Now you resign as you did once before when I came openly to you in friendship. And you think that again I shall flatter you and coax you to stay.
I won't do it. Let's take you at your word. I'm content. You shake hands? No. I beg you to excuse me.
Yes, Mr. President?
Mr. Hay.
Yes, sir?
Mr. Hay, I'm rather tired today. Read to me a little.
Certainly, sir.
Tempest. You know the passage.
Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep.
We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life ordered that the 4th day of April, 1865, be the day for a general movement of all the land and naval forces of the United States against the insurgent forces. That especially the Army of the Potomac, the Army of Western Virginia, the Army near Munfordville, Kentucky, the Army and flotilla at Cairo, and the naval force in the Gulf of Mexico be ready to move on that day.
General Grant.
Yes, Dennis?
7:30, sir.
An hour and a half. Ought to be something more from Meade by now, Dennis.
Yes, sir.
Have you wired the president?
Yes, sir.
Take these papers to Captain Templeman. Ask Colonel West if the 23rd are in action yet. Tell the cook to send some soup at 10 o'clock. Say it was cold yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Give me that map, Malins. Yes. There's no doubt about it. Unless Meade goes to sleep, it can only be a question of hours. Lee's a great man, but he can't get out of that.
It's all at the end, sir.
Yes, if Lee surrenders, we can all pack up for home.
I guess it'll be splendid, won't it, to be back again?
By God, sir, it will.
I beg your pardon, sir.
You're quite right, Malins. My boy goes away to school next week. Now I may be able to go down with him, see him settle. Well, Dennis?
Colonel West says yes, sir, for the last half hour. The cook says he's sorry, sir. It was a mistake.
Tell him to keep his mistakes in the kitchen.
I will, sir.
His rifles went up this afternoon?
Yes, sir.
What's that?
General Grant.
What is it?
The president has just arrived, sir. He's in the yard now.
Oh, all right, I'll come.
General Grant?
Wasn't expecting you, sir.
No, I couldn't keep away. How's it going?
Meade sent word an hour and a half ago that Lee was surrounded all but 2 miles, which was closing in.
They're not about settling, eh?
Unless anything goes wrong in those 2 miles, sir. I'm expecting a further report from Meade every minute.
Would there be more fighting?
It'll probably mean fighting through the night, more or less. But Lee must realize it's hopeless by the morning.
Dispatch, sir.
Yes.
From General Meade, sir.
Thank you. You needn't wait. Yes, they've closed the ring. Meade gives them 10 hours. Timed at 8. That's 6 o'clock in the morning.
We must be merciful. Bob Lee's been a gallant fellow.
Perhaps you'll look through this list, sir. I hope it's the last we shall have.
It's a horrible part of the business, Grant. Any shootings?
One.
Damn it, Grant, why can't you do without it? Oh, no. No, of course not. Who is it?
William Scott said it's a rather hard case.
What is it?
Just on a heavy march, sir, and volunteered for double guard duty to relieve a sick friend. He was found asleep at his post.
I was anxious to spare him, but it couldn't be done. It was a critical place at a gravely critical time.
When is it to be?
Tomorrow at daybreak, sir.
You don't see that it'll
Do him any good to be shot? Where is he?
In the barn, I believe, sir.
Thanks. Think I'll go see him.
I go with you, sir?
No, thank you.
Oh, who goes there?
Is this where the boy is held?
Oh, yes, Mr. President.
Wait outside, will you?
Yes.
Are you William Scott?
Yes, sir.
Know who I am?
Yes, Mr. Lincoln.
General tells me you've been court-martialed.
Yes, sir.
Asleep on guard?
Yes, sir.
It's a very serious offense.
I know, sir.
What was it?
I couldn't keep awake, sir.
He's had a long march.
23 miles, sir.
Doing double guard?
Yes, sir.
Who ordered you?
Well, sir, I offered.
Why?
Enoch White. He was sick, sir. We come from the same place.
Where's that?
Vermont, sir.
You live there?
Yes, sir. We've got a farm down there, sir.
Who has?
My mother, sir. I've got her photograph, sir.
Does she know about this?
Oh, for God's sake, don't, sir.
There. There, my boy. There. You're not going to be shot?
Not going to be shot, sir?
No.
Not going to be shot?
There. I believe you when you tell me you couldn't keep awake. I'm going to trust you. Send you back to your regiment.
When may I go back, sir?
You can go back tomorrow. Expect the fighting to be over, though.
Is it over yet, sir?
Not quite.
Oh, please, sir. Let me go back tonight. Let me go back tonight.
Very well. Know where General Meade is?
No, sir.
It's that guard to come here. Your prisoner is discharged. Take him once to General Meade with this.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Lincoln.
Mr. Hay.
Yes, sir?
What's the time, Mr. Hay?
Just on 9:30, sir.
If you sleep here for a little, you'd better shake down, too. They'll wake us if there's any news. Mr. Hay. Mr. Hay.
Hello. What the devil is it? Oh, I beg your pardon, Mr. Lincoln.
Not at all. Slept well, Hay?
Well, I feel a little crumpled, sir.
What's the time?
6 o'clock, sir.
Listen.
I don't hear anything, Mr. Lincoln.
That's just it. Guns have stopped.
Good morning, sir. Morning, Hay.
Good morning, General.
I didn't disturb you last night. A message has come from Meade. Lee asked for an armistice at 4 o'clock.
An armistice?
Yes, sir.
An armistice? For 4 years, life has been but the hope of this moment. Strange how simple it is when it comes. Grant, you've served the country very truly. Made my work possible, thank you.
Had I failed, the fault would not have been yours, sir. I succeeded because you believed in me.
Where is Lee?
He's coming here. Meade should arrive directly.
Where will Lee wait?
There's a room ready for him. Will you receive him, sir?
Oh, no, Grant. No, that's your affair. To mention no political matters. Be generous, I needn't say that.
I have written out the terms I suggest. Here they are, sir.
Yeah. Yes, they do you honor.
General Meade is here, sir. Ask him to come here.
Yes, sir.
I learned a good deal from Robert Lee in early days. He's a better man than most of us. This business will go pretty near his heart, sir.
Glad it's to be done by a brave gentleman, Grant. Congratulations, Meade. You've done well.
Thank you, sir.
Is there much more fighting?
Pretty hot for an hour or two.
How long will Lee be?
Only a few minutes, I should say, sir.
You said nothing about terms.
No, sir.
Did a boy named Scott come to you?
Yes, sir. He went into action at once. He was killed.
Killed? Queer world, Grant.
Is there any proclamation to be made, sir, about the rebels?
I hope
there will be no persecution, no bloody work after this war's over. I'll have nothing of hanging or shooting these men, even the worst of them. Frighten them out of the country, open the gates, let down the bars, scare them off, shoo. Enough lives have been sacrificed. Goodbye, Grant. Report at Washington as soon as you can.
Mr. President.
Yes?
Is it known that you return to Washington tomorrow?
I think so.
Mr. President, I think you take too many risks. On the way here yesterday, you must have passed half a dozen places where a well-directed bullet might have taken you off.
Assassination of public officers is not an American crime. Goodbye, gentlemen. Come along, hey?
Goodbye, Mr. President. Who is with Lee?
Only one of his staff, sir.
Dennis, let us know directly General Lee comes.
Yes, sir.
Well, Meade, it's been a big job.
Yes, sir.
We've had courage and determination. We've had wits to beat a great soldier. I'd say that to any man. But it's Abraham Lincoln, Meade, who has kept us a great cause clean to fight for. It does a man's heart good to know he's given victory to such a man to handle. Have a drink, Meade? No? You know, Meade, there were fools who wanted me to oppose Lincoln for the presidency.
General Lee is here, sir.
Meade, will General Lee do me the honor of meeting me in here? Where the deuce my hat, Dennis, my sword?
Yes, sir. General Lee, sir.
Sir, you have given me occasion to be proud of my opponent.
I have not spared my strength. I acknowledge its defeat.
You have come, General Lee,
to ask upon what terms you will accept surrender. Yes.
They are simple. I hope you will not find them ungenerous. Here they are.
You are magnanimous, sir. May I make one submission?
It would be a privilege if I could consider it.
You allow our officers to keep their horses, General Grant. That is gracious. Our cavalry troopers' horses also are their own.
I understand. They'll be needed on the farms. It shall be done.
I thank you. I accept your terms.
My friends, I am touched, deeply touched, by this mark of your goodwill. After 4 dark and difficult years, we have achieved the great purpose for which we set out. I have but little to say at this moment. I claim not to have controlled events, but confess plainly that events have controlled me. But as events have come before me, I've seen them always with one faith. We have preserved the American Union. We have abolished a great wrong. The task of reconciliation, setting order where there is now confusion, of bringing about a settlement at once just and merciful, and of directing the life of a reunited country into prosperous channels of goodwill and generosity, will demand all our wisdom, all our loyalty. It is the proudest hope of my life that I may be of some service in this work. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations.
Good Friday, April 14th, 1865. In the morning, there was a cabinet meeting at the White House. Lincoln was in a happy mood. He told Grant and the cabinet of a dream he had dreamed, which had come to him several times before. In this dream, whenever it came, he was sailing in a ship of a peculiar build, indescribable but always the same, and being borne on it with great speed toward a dark and undefined shore. He had always dreamed this before a victory. He dreamed it before Antietam, before Murfreesboro, before Gettysburg, before Vicksburg. In the afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Lincoln drove together, and he talked to her of the life they would lead back in Springfield, Illinois, when this presidency was over. That night, Mr. and Mrs. Lincoln went to Ford's Theatre. The theater was crowded. Many officers returned from the war were there and eager to see Lincoln. The play was Our American Cousin. A little after 8 o'clock, Mrs. Abraham Lincoln entered the official box with her husband and their guests following. Sometime after 10 o'clock, at a point in the play which no person present could afterwards remember, a shot was heard in the theater, and Abraham Lincoln fell forward upon the front of the box, unconscious and dying. He was carried to a house near the theater. His sons and closest friends were summoned. A dismal drizzle of rain was falling as the dawn came to Washington after a night of terror. In the streets, men stood in groups discussing the tragedy. Then at 7:30, the tolling of all the church bells in the town and the hush in the streets. Lincoln was dead.
that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Tonight, the Columbia Broadcasting System, through its affiliated stations coast to coast, and the network of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, has brought you a production of Abraham Lincoln by Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the Air. The famous play by John Drinkwater was supplemented by many of Lincoln's speeches, excerpts from his debates, proclamations, letters, and accounts of his own private conversations. In the cast this evening were Ray Collins as General Grant, Ed Jerome as General Lee, George Coulouris as Hook, Joseph Holland as Seward, Carl Frank as Scott, Carl Swenson as Hay, William Allen as Dennis, Agnes Moorehead as Mrs. Lincoln, and Orson Welles as Abraham Lincoln. Bernard Herrmann conducted. Dan Seymour speaking. Davidson Taylor supervised for the Columbia Network. Next week at this same time, Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the Air will bring you Schnitzler's Viennese romance, The Affairs of Anatol. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And that was the 6th episode from the Mercury Theatre on the Air series titled Abraham Lincoln, and originally aired on Monday, August 15th, 1938. Despite being an American story, Abraham Lincoln was written by British playwright John Drinkwater and first premiered in Birmingham, England in 1918. The play was initially seen as a risky endeavor, with producers uncertain about its appeal to audiences. However, it became a surprise hit, moving from Birmingham to London's West End and eventually to Broadway, where it was warmly embraced by American audiences. And as we heard, Drinkwater focused more on dramatizing Lincoln's personal and moral struggles. Key events in Lincoln's presidency, such as the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation, serve as a backdrop to explore his character, making the play more about Lincoln as a man than a historical figure. The play helps solidify Lincoln's status as a mythic figure in American culture. Its romanticized portrayal contributed to how later generations viewed Lincoln, not just as a president, but as a moral beacon. John Drinkwater often expressed pride in how his story of one of America's greatest leaders resonated with audiences around the world. And I thought Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre did a great job in bringing the story to the airwaves. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going in chronological order, and we are up to episode 7 from the series. And this episode is titled The Affairs of Anatol, and it originally aired on Monday, August 22nd, 1938.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Arthur Schnitzler died in 1931, 6 years before Austria was finally erased off the map of Europe. He said once, speaking of a friend's death, that a man is not really dead until all those who knew him and loved him are dead too. In a much deeper sense, this is true of a city. Vienna still lives today in the music and the words of the men who knew her and loved her. Not the city of ghosts and shadows that she had become since the war, but the flashing, imperial Vienna that she was at the turn of the century, when young Arthur Schnitzler, as a young man, gave up his medical practice to become her favorite writer. The Affairs of Anatol is Schnitzler's first and most popular work. Subsequently, he wrote plays, novels, and short stories. And almost every word he wrote is about the city in which he spent the 70 years of his life. The streets of Vienna, the parks, the Viennese woods. These are the places where Schnitzler is most at home. With a few deft touches, he can conjure up the old-world charm, this easygoing, pleasure-loving spirit that is so typically Viennese. One can almost feel the cobblestones in the old and narrow streets. Hear the icy wind piping around the corner of the Stephanplatz. See the exquisite carved outlines of the Stephankirche melt into the snow. A few words. We see the Prater at night, bright with gaslight. The lines of carriages outside the theaters. The lovers under the willow trees along the Danube, among the distant waltzes. Here, in this brilliant, charming city, live the men Schnitzler has created for us. And here live the women who love, and for whom love and happiness are just half understood, enchanting melodies that drift on the wind, who never think of the future or the past, who live from moment to moment untroubled by the depth of their emotions, who carelessly receive and waste the fragments of happiness that fall to their lot. From among these people, Arthur Schnitzler spins his wistful, humorous, and tragic story, The Affairs of Anatole.
I am Max. For better or for worse, I am Anatole's best friend. We were at school together, and then in the Hussars. I remember that winter well. It was the winter we had the Golden Room at Sacre's every night for supper. It was the winter it snowed so much. It was the winter Cleo de Merot danced for 6 weeks at the Bonbonniere. It was the winter Rico the Gypsy played his violin at the Bristol before he eloped with the Queen of Saxony. It was the winter I was in love twice, and Anatole 7 times. Altogether, it started as a very gay winter. But later that winter, something happened. Anatole began to behave very curiously. Now and then people reported meeting him in the strangest places, in the snowy streets and beyond the ring at twilight, in little restaurants in the suburbs. And then suddenly, it was Christmas Eve in Vienna, and there were wreaths and candles in the windows, and the shops in the Kürtnerstrasse were full of people buying presents for each other, and then hurrying home for dinner in the snow as the evening bells began to ring high up in the Staple Tower.
Dear lady. Oh, dear lady.
What is it? What? Oh, it's you, Anatole.
What are you doing with all those parcels and no umbrella?
I'm trying to find a cab.
Oh, but it's snowing.
That's the reason. I've been buying presents.
Oh, let me carry some of them, please.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
I insist.
You really mustn't trouble.
Oh, let me be a little attentive for once in a while.
Well, take this then.
Oh, but that one doesn't amount to anything. Here, give me this. This great big one.
No, I can manage that.
I insist.
Very well, then.
Won't you believe that I like being polite?
As one only notices it when it's snowing and Christmas Eve.
Warm weather for Christmas, isn't it?
Very. Marvelous to see you at all.
Not been to call once this year. Is that what you mean?
Oh, haven't you?
Fact is, I've not been anywhere much. How is your husband? How are the dear children?
Why ask that? You don't in the least want to know.
You read me like a book.
It's such very large print.
I wish you knew more of it by heart.
Don't say things like that.
They just spring from me.
Give me back my parcels.
Oh, now, don't be angry, please. Please, I'll be good.
Oh, there's a cab. No, it's full. Oh, dear. Do say something.
Say something? Say something I'm longing to. The censorship is so strict.
You can tell me your news, can't you? It's ages since we met. What are you doing now?
Nothing, as usual.
Nothing?
Rather less than nothing.
Isn't that a pity?
Why say that when you don't in the least care?
You shouldn't take that for granted.
If I'm wasting my life, whose fault is it? Whose? Would you mind telling me, dear lady?
Give me back my parcel.
I didn't imply it was anyone's fault in particular. I just wanted your valuable opinion.
Idler?
I'm not idling tonight. I'm as busy as you are.
What with?
I'm buying Christmas presents, too.
Are you?
If I could only find something worth buying. I've been looking at the shops for weeks. They haven't a notion among them.
That's for the customer to supply. An idle person like you ought to be thinking out his presents all summer.
Dear lady, how do I know in summer whom I want to give presents to at Christmas? So here it is, only 2 hours before they light the candles on the Christmas trees, and I'm still empty-handed.
Could I help?
Dear lady, you're a darling. Now, don't take the parcels away from me.
Why, I had no...
Then I may call you a darling?
Will you be quiet?
I'm as quiet as can be.
Where shall we go? What sort of a present shall we get? Who's it for?
How shall I tell you?
It's for a woman, of course.
Didn't I say you could read me like a book?
What sort of a woman? Is it someone I know?
Not at all.
I think I know your taste. Something from the suburbs. Slim and blonde.
Blonde? Yes, I'll admit that much.
I might have known it.
And don't sneer.
Can she read you like a book?
Heaven forbid. In the suburbs, I am loved. In society, only understood. Now, you know...
I really don't know what you're talking about. Now, look, here's a wonderful shop. This is just the place for you.
Dear lady.
Why, yes. Look in here. Little cases of scent in the window. One with 3 sorts. Patchouli, Jockey Club, Cherry Blossom. I'm sure that's the very thing.
You're unkind.
Wait a minute. Look at this window here. Brooches and things. Look at this pin here with 6 paste diamonds in it. 6! Oh, how sparkling. Or a bracelet with charms hung round. Or a long bead necklace. Quite savage. That ought to please in the suburbs.
I'm afraid you know nothing about the suburbs.
Oh, here, quick. Look here. How perfectly charming. What do you think of that hat? The bow is too large, of course, and they put a few feathers too many. But it's adorable. That really would be a sensation in the suburbs.
I think you probably underestimate the taste of the suburbs.
It's so hard to be helpful. Make a suggestion yourself.
You're waiting to laugh at it.
I won't laugh. Tell me about her.
I don't think I can.
Of course you can. How long have you known her?
Oh.
Well?
Ever so long.
Don't be so difficult. Tell me all about her.
There's nothing to tell.
Oh, what nonsense. Where did you meet her? What's she like? What's her age? Is she short, or tall, dark, or fair?
It'll only bore you.
No, it won't. I've always wanted to know about that sort of person, what they're like.
My dear lady, you'll never know.
Why not?
As long as you really believe that women you haven't called on don't really exist at all.
But I want to learn better. Please go on telling me about your friend.
You simply must know, must you?
Certainly I must. What's her name?
Louise.
How did you first meet?
How does one meet people? In the streets? The seaside? In a bus? Sharing an umbrella?
Never mind how one meets people. How did you meet her? The girl we're finding a Christmas present for. I'm sure she's like nobody else.
She's just as like every other girl of her sort as you were like every other woman of yours.
Am I indeed?
Oh, now don't be offended. Or as I'm like every other man of my sort.
What is your sort?
I'm a toy philosopher.
And mine?
You're a married lady.
And what's she?
She's just a dear little girl.
Then let's hear all about your dear little girl.
It's not that she's so beautiful or so very smart. She certainly isn't so terribly clever.
Never mind what she's not.
Well, she has the soft charm of a spring evening, the grace of a fairy princess, and the soul of a girl who knows what love means.
That sort of soul is to be found quite frequently in the suburbs, I believe.
Dear lady.
I'm sorry. I believe in your fairy princess. What sort of a castle does the princess live in?
Can you imagine a fairy princess in anything but the smartest of drawing rooms?
Thank you, I can.
Because this one lives in a little dim room, very small, with painted walls, and a few Christmas numbers hanging about, and a white painted lamp on her table. You can see the sun set from the window, over the roofs, through the chimneys. And in the spring, you can almost smell the flowers in a garden across the way.
Must be a sign of great happiness, looking forward to the spring.
Yes. Yes, I am happy. Now and then.
It's getting late. We must buy her something. Something for that little room of hers.
Well, she thinks it's so pretty as it is.
Is she waiting for you now?
Certainly.
She's waiting. Tell me, how will she receive you?
Oh, the usual way.
She hears your step on the stairs, doesn't she?
Sometimes.
And goes to the door?
Yes.
Throws her arms round your neck and kisses you and says... What does she say?
Oh, what one usually says in such cases.
Well, for instance?
I know of no particular instance.
What did she say yesterday?
Oh, nothing special. Sounds silly if you didn't hear the way she says it.
I'll try and imagine that. Tell me the words.
It's good to have you back again.
It's good to... Is that it?
To have you back again.
That's very beautiful.
You see, she means it.
And she lives there alone?
Yes, she's quite alone. She has no father, no mother. Not even an aunt.
And you are all the world to her.
Possibly.
I'm afraid I'm getting cold. Walking in the snow like this. All the cabs seem to be full.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have kept you. Let me see you home.
Yes, they'll be waiting for me at home. What about your
Oh,
present?
never mind. Never mind. I'll find something.
Will you? But I wanted to help you buy
Oh,
it.
no. You mustn't trouble.
I wish I could be there when you give it to her. I wish I could see that little room and that dear little girl. She doesn't know how lucky she is. Oh, there's an empty cab now. Would you call it, please?
Oh, why all this hurry all of a sudden?
Please do as I say.
All right. My dear lady. Cab! Cab!
And give me my parcels. May I send her something?
You?
Take her these flowers. Will you give her a message as well?
Of course.
Promise.
I promise. Why shouldn't I?
This is the message.
Yes?
Tell her, these flowers, dear little girl, are from someone who might have been as happy as you, but who hadn't the courage. Goodbye, Anatole.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Cab! Cab! I say cab! Oh, cab!
Anatole gets in. He gives the driver an address in the suburbs. Then he settles back on the cushions, for he has a long drive before him. And soon the streets full of Christmas shoppers are left behind. One evening in February, it was the week Prince Chef was singing at the Wintergarten. Anatole asked me to meet him for supper at Saar's. The Golden Room had been reserved by an Hungarian duke with curly mustaches, so we had the Red Room on the second floor, with the gingerbread mirrors and the crimson plush. Anatole took a long time ordering supper that night.
And with that, a white Moselle wine, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir. And with a filet au truffe, champagne, Veuve Clicquot, 1906.
Veuve Clicquot, 1906. What do you think, Max?
Anatole, haven't you done ordering yet?
I've told you, Max, it's a very critical occasion. Yes, Clicquot, 1906.
Yes, sir.
And, see now, after that, vanilla cream a la Sacher. It's her favorite dessert.
Vanilla cream, sir. A supper for three, sir?
Yes, supper for three. You can serve us as soon as the lady arrives.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
Suppose she doesn't turn up after all.
It's only 10. Well, quarter after. Couldn't be here yet.
The ballet must have been over long ago.
Give her time to take her makeup off and get dressed. I say, Max, should I go over and wait for her?
Oh, don't spoil the girl.
Ha, ha, ha. Spoiler. Huh. Spoiler.
I know you behave like a brute to her. Well, that's one way of spoiling a woman.
No doubt. You know, Max, I feel very solemn tonight.
Solemn? Have you asked her to marry you?
Worse than that.
You have married her?
I have not. What makes this evening so solemn, my friend, is that it is the end.
What?
Yes, our farewell supper.
What am I here for?
You, my best and oldest friend, you are to be the undertaker to our dead love.
Thank you. I shall have a very charming evening.
All week I've been putting off this supper.
You must have quite an appetite for this time.
Oh, we've had supper every night, but I've never known how to begin the right words to use. I tell you, Max, it's nervous work.
Do you expect me to prompt you?
Well, I expect you to stand by me, smooth things down, keep her quiet, explain.
Then suppose you explain first.
With pleasure. She bores me.
I see. And there's someone else who doesn't.
Yes.
Ah.
The other.
What type?
Oh, no type at all, Max. Something quite new. Quite wonderful. You know, she makes me feel as I've never felt before. I can't describe her. She's like a Viennese waltz. Simple, sentimental, dreamy. A little blonde head, blue eyes. Can't you see? Oh, no, of course you can't. And how can I explain? If I take her a bunch of violets, She receives it with a tear in the corner of her eye.
Let's try her with a bracelet sometime.
I knew you wouldn't understand in the least. I should no more think of bringing her to a place like this with people like you. You know where she likes to go? Well, you don't. She likes to go to little, cheap, quiet places with flowered wallpaper and a phonograph in the corner. Yes, we've been to one every night this week.
You said you had supper with me.
Well, so I have. So I have 2 suppers every night this week. One with a girl I'm trying to win, the other with a girl I'm trying to lose. I haven't done either yet.
Well, suppose you take Mimi to the little cheap restaurant and bring the new blonde here. That might do it.
That shows how little you understand. Such a child. If you'd seen her face when I ordered a bottle of wine.
Tears in the corner of her eye.
She simply wouldn't let me.
What have you been drinking all week?
Well, beer after 10. Such is life.
Your life.
But I've had enough of it. To a man with my nice sense of honor. My nice sense of honor, Max.
I heard you the first time.
If I go on much longer with this double life, I shall lose my self-respect. I remember telling Mimi, in so many words, soon after we met, when we swore that nothing should ever part us. Mimi, dear, I said, Mimi, whichever of us first discovers that our love is over, must tell the other. Quietly and calmly.
Besides swearing that nothing should ever part you. Good.
If I have said it once, Max, I have said it 50 times. Mimi, I have said we are both perfectly free, I said. We shall go each our own way. Calmly, Max, and quietly. Only remember, Mimi, I said, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's deceit.
Then it ought to be quite easy to...
Easy? I don't know. When it comes to the point, somehow I can't tell her. Oh, she'll cry, Max. I know she'll cry. And I can't bear that. Suppose she cries and I fall in love with her again. That wouldn't be fair to the other one.
And if there's one thing you can't stand, it's deceit. And what do I do here tonight?
Well, it'd be easier with you here, old man.
Happy to oblige. How shall I start? Tell her she's better off without you? Is that what you want me to do?
Something of the sort. Tell her she won't be losing so much, you know.
Yes, Senator.
Yeah, there are hundreds of better-looking men. Better-looking, richer men.
Handsomer, richer, and cleverer.
I shouldn't exaggerate. Come in.
The lady, sir.
Sure in.
This way, madame.
Oh, so here you are.
Yes. Here we are. Here we are. Let me take your wrap.
You're a nice one, aren't you? I looked all over the theater.
Good thing you hadn't far to come, wasn't it?
If you said you'd be there, you ought to be there. Hello, Max. Let's feed. Come in. What are you knocking for today?
And you can serve supper now,
yes,
waiter. Yes.
You weren't out front tonight?
No, I wasn't out
front.
front.
You didn't miss much. It was awful. Anatole, I've a bit of news for you.
Have you, my dear? Have you? Important.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it may surprise you a bit, perhaps.
Well, I have a bit of news for you, too, my dear.
Oysters, madame?
Of course I want oysters.
You needn't stay, waiter. We will ring. Well, my dear?
I think perhaps it'll surprise you, Anatole. Though I don't see why it should. And then again, perhaps it won't. It shouldn't, really.
Don't tell me they've raised your salary.
Don't interrupt, Max.
No, why should it? I say, are these English or Belgian oysters?
Belgian.
I do like oysters. They're the only things you can go on eating and eating.
Eating and eating and eating.
That's what I always say.
Well, this is important news.
Do you remember something you said once?
I say so many things.
Oh, I remember your saying it. You said, Mimi, if there's one thing I can't bear, it's deceit.
Go on. Go on.
Always tell each other the whole truth before it's too late. That's what you said.
Yes, I'm...
Anatole, suppose it is too late.
What's that?
Oh, it's all right. It isn't too late. I'm telling you in time. Just in time.
Mimi, are you crazy?
What's this?
You stop staring at me and eat your oysters, Anatole, or I won't say a word.
Confound the oysters.
Eat!
If you go on with what you were saying, I don't like these jokes.
Now, didn't we agree that when the time came, we wouldn't make any fuss? And we'd tell each other quite calmly and quietly? Well, the time has come.
Do you mean?
Yes, I do, Anatole. This is the last time we have supper together.
Would you mind explaining?
All is over between us.
Is it?
Admirable!
Nothing admirable about it, it's true.
My dear Mimi, I'd like to understand. Has someone asked you to marry him?
Oh, Anatole. I wouldn't throw you over for that.
Throw me over?
It's no use, Anatole. I'm in love. Madly in love.
Max, shut up.
There's nothing to laugh at, Max.
Oh, never mind him. Now, Mimi, I think you owe me an explanation.
Well, I'm giving it to you. I'm in love with somebody else. And I'm telling you straight out like you told me to. Calmly and quietly.
May I inquire what sort of a low...
No, my dear, don't be coy.
I demand to know.
Oh, do ring the bell, Max. I'm so hungry.
Hungry. Such a moment. Hungry.
Well, remember, old man, this will be the first supper she's had tonight.
Come in. What do you want?
You rang, sir? Yeah, bring the next course.
Where's the wine, waiter? Where's the wine? Are you asleep tonight, waiter?
Beg pardon, sir. The wine is on the table.
No, the champagne.
Very good, sir.
Now then, you will please explain.
Never take a man at his word. Sounded so nice when you said it. When we feel it's coming to an end, you said, say so. And we'll each go our own way, calmly and quietly. That's what you said.
For the last time. Mimi, are you going to tell me?
He calls this being calm and quiet.
My dear girl, doesn't it occur to you that I have some right?
Ooh! What wonderful wine.
Drink it up.
What's the hurry?
You generally get it down quick enough.
Oh, but it's goodbye to wine too, Anatole. Maybe for years. Maybe forever.
Oh, why?
No more Moselle for me. No more oysters. No more champagne. And no more filet au trou. It's all over now.
Now then, who's the lucky fellow?
If I told you, you wouldn't be any the wiser.
Well, what sort of a chap is he? How'd you come across him? What does he look like?
He's the perfect picture of a man.
It's fine.
Yes, that's fine. There'll be no more oysters for me.
Yes, you've said that.
No more champagne.
Confound it, there must be something else to tell about him besides the fact that he can't buy you oysters and champagne.
Yes, that isn't what you'd call a professional.
Oh, you make me sick. What do I care as long as I love him? I'm going to try throwing myself away for once. I've never felt this way about anyone before. Ever.
Is he a clerk, Mimi? Is he a chimney sweep? Is he a candlestick maker?
Don't you insult him.
Do tell us.
He's an artist.
What kind of an artist? A trapeze artist?
He's a fellow artist of mine.
Oh, an old friend, eh? You've been seeing a lot of him, eh?
Do you think I'd be telling you if I had? I'm taking you at your word. I'm telling you about it now, before it's too late.
So, you're in love with him?
Yes.
Oh! Do I know the fellow?
I don't suppose you've ever noticed him. He's in the chorus, but he'll go far.
When did this thing start?
Tonight?
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is. Tonight, I knew it was my fate.
Your fate, Max. Her fate.
Yes, my fate. Why not?
Well, a thing like that is fate.
Now, Mimi, I want to know the whole story. I have a right to know. Now, how long has this been going on? When did it begin? When had that fella the confounded
Yes, I
impudence...
think you really ought to tell us.
So, this is all the thanks I get for doing the straight thing. Give me some more champagne, Max.
Haven't you had enough?
What? When it's the last I'll get?
For a week or so?
Forever. I'm going to stick to Carl. I love Carl for himself alone. He won't bully me, the darling.
Mimi, I want the truth. How long has this thing been going on under my very nose? How long, Mimi? Tonight, indeed.
Don't believe it if you don't want.
Mimi, tell the truth. You and Anatole can't part friends unless you do.
And after that, I've a bit of news for you. Yes, Mimi?
Well, it began like this. Champagne, please.
Here you are. Go on.
Well, 2 weeks ago, he brought me a rose.
A rose?
Oh, so shy he was.
Shy?
I laughed. I couldn't help it.
Why didn't you tell me?
And he hung around at rehearsals and made me cross at first. And then it didn't.
No, I'm sure it didn't.
And then we began to have little chats. And then I began to take such a fancy to him.
What did you chat about?
Oh, things. He got expelled from school. And then he went into business, and that wasn't any good. And then he thought perhaps he could act.
And never a word to me about all this.
And then we found out that we used to live close to each other as children. Just fancy.
Most touching.
Wasn't it?
Well?
That's all. Champagne, please. It's my fate. Can't struggle against your fate, can you? Can't struggle against...
Mimi, I still haven't been told what happened tonight.
What happened?
Shh. She's asleep.
Oh, well, wake up. I want to know what happened tonight. Mimi! Mimi?
Tonight he told me he loved me.
What did you say?
I said I was awfully glad. And I must be straight with him, mustn't I? So it's goodbye to you, Anatole. I don't think I ever really liked you, Anatole. Not really.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy to say that leaves me cold.
Don't be mean.
Would you be surprised to hear that I hope to get on very well without you for the future?
Really?
Yes. I am in love, too.
Think of that.
And have been for some time. Ask Max. I was telling him when you came in.
Yes, I'm sure you were.
Yes, she's younger. Rather prettier than you.
I'm sure she is.
And I'd throw 670 of your sort into the sea for one of her. You needn't laugh. Ask Max.
If I were you, I'd have thought all that up a little earlier.
Oh, but it's true. It's true. I've not cared about you since... You've been boring me till I could only stay in the room with you by sitting and thinking of her.
Ditto to that.
Well, that's not all. Say ditto to this if you can.
Do what?
I could have told you all you've been telling me months ago. And days ago, I could have told you a good deal more.
You mean...
Yes. Yes, I do. I behave very badly to you, dear Mimi.
Oh! You cad! Max, give me my things. Hat, clothes. It only goes to show you.
Doesn't it? Show what?
What a brute a man can be.
A brute, am I?
Yes, a brute. A low brute. After all, I never told you that.
What?
Oh, never mind.
Never told me what?
I never would have told you either. Only a man could be so low.
I beg pardon, sir. The dessert.
Ooh! Vanilla cream. Give me mine quick.
Can you eat vanilla cream at a moment like
Well,
this?
yes, of course she can. It's goodbye to vanilla cream forever.
No more vanilla cream. No more Moselle. No more champagne. No more oysters. And thank goodness no more Anatole. Oh, waiter. Cigars. The biggest you have.
Yes, madame.
I say, what on earth, you
Don't
cigars?
worry. They're not for me. They're for him, the man I love.
Bye! Well, there you see. It was very easy after all.
You are listening to the CBS presentation of Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the Air in Schnitzler's The Affairs of Anatol. The program will continue in just a moment. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. We continue now with the performance of The Affairs of Anatole, featuring Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the Air.
Now comes a sad day for the ladies of Vienna. It is spring. The woods of Semmering are full of lovers. In the Wienerwald, the chestnut trees are in bloom, and Archduke Louis Ferdinand's hussars are out on their black horses in their tight silk uniforms of blue and crimson. But for the ladies of Vienna, it is a sad day. In these rooms on the Graben, the rooms they know so well, with the high molded windows and the shining floors, Anatole awakes for the last time.
Did you ring, sir?
Yes. Yes, Franz. Bring me some breakfast.
Very good, sir. Breakfast for one, sir.
Yes, Franz. Breakfast for one. Oh, and Franz, bring me that box. A box I was looking at yesterday.
The one with the letters, sir?
That's right.
There it is, sir. Right beside you.
Oh, thank you, Franz. There's someone at the door this time of the morning. Answer it, Franz.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't feel in the least like getting married, Franz.
No, sir.
No.
My dear fellow!
Breakfast for two, Franz.
Anatole, old fellow!
Max, what are you doing here at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Nearly 10.
Well, what are you doing here at 10 o'clock in the morning?
I say you're very jumpy. What's the matter?
Yes, I am very jumpy.
Not today, you shouldn't be jumpy.
Oh? What is it you want?
What's about this wedding?
Oh, the wedding.
You know your cousin Alma's one of the bridesmaids. About her bouquet.
Oh, what about it?
I forgot to order it. I forgot to ask her what color she's wearing. What do you think? White or pink or blue or green?
Certainly not green.
Are you sure?
You know Alma never wears green.
How do I know?
Don't shout. It's nothing to be excited about.
You know what color she'll be wearing at your wedding this morning?
Yes, pink or blue.
Which?
Who cares?
Confound it, the bouquet's supposed to match.
You ordered to. You can wear the other in your hair.
That's a silly joke.
I'll be making a sillier one in an hour or two.
A cheerful bridegroom, I must say. What on earth have you got there, all those letters and things?
Those letters and things are my past.
Your what?
My past. My dead and buried past. Yes, Max, I'm going to ask you to take care of it for me.
Your past? Better burn it, I should think.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, this is how I'm true to them. To all the women I've ever loved. You know, I never forget a single one, Max. I have only to turn over these letters, and dead flowers, and locks of hair. You'll have to let me come round to your place and turn them over occasionally, Max. And, you know, back they'll come to me. I'll be in love with them all again. And I'll adore them as before.
Yes, the idea being that you want to use my rooms as a meeting place with your dead loves.
Suppose there were some magic phrase, Max, that could force them all to appear. Call them back out of the utter nothingness.
Well, let's think of a phrase. What about, my only love?
Yes. Yes, my only love. And then they'd all come. One from a villa in the suburbs. One from her crowded drawing room. One from her dressing room at the theater.
Several from their dressing rooms at the theater.
Several. One from a shop. One from the grave. One from here, one from there. My only love. You see, Max, I'm a methodical man.
Is it done alphabetically?
Oh, no, there's a label for each, like the motto on a cracker. A verse or a phrase will recall the whole thing to me. Oh, no names. Susan and Jane and Mary suggest nothing.
May I look?
No, I wonder if I can still remember them all, Max. I kind of looked at some of them for years.
I loved her. When she left me, I thought I should have killed her. My kisses on your neck remain, and nothing else, Matilda. But that's a name. What a name, Matilda.
It wasn't her real name, Max. I'd written killed her, and there aren't many rhymes to that. I always did kiss her on the neck, though.
Who was she?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I loved her. Once. That's all there is to...
Well, stand down, Matilda. She does up small, anyhow.
Yes, one lock of hair.
No letters?
Letters from Matilda? That would have inked her fingers. Don't you sometimes wish women weren't taught to write? Exit, Matilda.
Poor Matilda.
No, you mustn't insult her. I've loved her. She's sacred.
How stupid of me.
Yes.
Who's next? When sad, my child, and sick of earth, my thoughts to your young man fly far, and then I laugh for all I'm worth. Oh, dear, how funny some things are.
So they were.
What's inside?
A photograph. She and the young man.
Oh, did you know him, too?
Yes, that's what's so funny. He really was quite an exceptional fool.
Stand down, my child, with your exceptionally foolish and mirth-provoking young man. What's this?
What?
A box on the ears.
Oh. Yes.
Is that how it ended?
No, how it began.
Ah. Oh. She always carried her curling tongs.
Yes, you know she always did. Then it didn't matter what happened. I tell you, she was confounded pretty, that one was. There's a bit of a veil left, isn't there?
Feels like that.
Yeah.
How did I lose you? How did you lose her?
That's the point. I never knew. You know, Max, one fine day, she just wasn't. Don't you know how you leave your umbrella somewhere? You don't think of it till days later? No idea where you put it down?
Very well, my lost umbrella. Let's see, what's this one? Sweet and dear you were to me.
Girl with roughened fingertips. Past all...
Oh, that was Hilda.
You remember Hilda.
What became of her?
She married a milkman.
Did she now?
That's what happens. I love a girl. I'm all the world to her. And then she marries a milkman. My only love.
Hello? Yes, madame. One moment, madame.
France. France!
One moment, madame.
Who is it, France?
It's a lady, sir.
Well, tell her I'm out.
I'm afraid she heard you, sir.
All right. Excuse me for a moment, ma'am.
Yes, of course, old
man. Hello? Oh. Yes, hello, darling. Yes. Beautiful. And you? Splendid. Splendid. What? What's that? Breakfast? Oh, no, darling, not this morning. It's not possible. No, darling, I tell you, no. No, not this morning. You can't come to breakfast here this morning. Why? Why? Because I've got a man here, a man with some papers. Yes, that's right, a whole stack of papers. What's that? I said last night. Forever? My only love. What? Oh, of course I meant it. Yeah. You know, every word of it, darling. But not this morning. What's that? Coming right over? You're coming right over? I tell you, you can't. Just a minute. My darling, I tell you...
Well, really, Anatole.
Let me explain.
If this is how you begin your married life...
Don't be an ass.
I'm not a moral man myself, but hang it
Will
all.
you let me explain?
Hurry up, then. It's almost 11, and your wedding's at 12:30.
So it is. So it is. Well, last night I was at a party.
I know that. I was there.
So you were. I forgot. You were all there. You were all very lively. Yes, there was lots of champagne. Now, you drank my health and Louise's health.
I drank your health and her health and wished you both happiness.
So you did. Happiness, yes. Thank you very much.
You thanked me last night.
Did I? We broke up about 12:30, didn't we? Yes, I gave Louise a kiss. And she gave me a kiss.
Well,
it was snowing. After the party was over and you'd all left, there I was all alone. All alone in the street, by myself.
Poor old boy.
Alone in the cold and in the snow. Great big flakes. Perfectly beastly.
So what did you do?
So I thought I'd go to the ball at the opera.
Oh.
You see, Max, it suddenly came over me, made me perfectly wretched that I wasn't going to be a free man anymore. Never more a jolly bachelor. My last night out.
Go on.
Well, they were in full swing at the opera, and I got there. And I watched for a bit, and I plunged in. I wanted to breathe in the sound and the scent of it all. Bathe in them for the last time.
Time is getting on. What happened then?
Was I drunk at Pop-in-Law's?
Not a bit.
Then I must have got drunk with that dancing. Mad drunk. It was my opera ball. Mine. Given by the city of Vienna to say goodbye to me forever.
And then?
Then I met a friend.
An old friend?
Can't you guess? You know, Max, when I got engaged, I had to tell quite a few stories, you know. Going away for a bit, and back soon, you know. There was one in particular.
Ilona?
Ilona. We met and sat under a palm. You're back again, she said. Yes. Yes, I said. When, she said. Not till last night. Why haven't you written? Where on earth you been? Far, far away, I said. But I'm back again. Do you still love me? I love you still. And don't I love you still? She said. We'll never be parted again, she said. Never, I said. The waiter brought champagne, and we were very happy.
Well, I'm blessed.
And now she's coming to breakfast. You know, looked at it in a certain light. This is pathetic.
It's perfectly disgraceful.
Yes, it is disgraceful. It is very pathetic, too. Who's that?
Hello, Franz. Hello. Oh, so there really is a man here. Oh, it's only Max.
Only Max?
Well, why didn't you tell me? How are you, Max? And what do you think of this scoundrel?
I think that's just what he is, a scoundrel.
I've been crying my eyes out for him for months, and all that time he's been... Anatole, where have you been?
Ooh. Well, places.
Didn't he write to you either? But now I've got him safe. He doesn't get away again. Never to part. Oh, darling, give me a kiss.
Oh, no. Really, I...
Max doesn't mind, do you, Max? Oh, what a face. Look pleasant. Let's all have breakfast and be happy.
Certainly.
Ilona, I'm afraid I can't stay, and I really don't see...
What don't you see?
Anatole ought to...
What ought Anatole?
Anatole, it's high time that you...
High time for what?
He ought to dress.
What's the hurry? You can stay at home today.
My dear, I'm afraid I can't.
You can if you try.
I'm asked out.
You send a message and say you can't go.
He must go.
I'm asked to a wedding.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
But it does matter. I'm what you might call the best man.
Ah. And are all the bridesmaids desperately in love with you?
Let's not go into that.
I am, so he'd much better stay at home with me.
My dear child, I must go.
He really must.
For a couple of hours.
Oh, sit down, both of you, and let's have breakfast. There. Now, how many lumps, Max?
I really ought to be going.
How many lumps?
You know I always take 2.
Cream or lemon?
You know I take lemon.
Lemon and 2 lumps of sugar. I remember.
I say, I'm going.
Oh, no,
Drink
Max.
the tea first, Max.
Yes, my dear, I simply must go and change.
What time is this silly wedding?
12:30.
Are you asked to?
Yes.
Who's the man?
No one you know.
Who is it? It's not a secret, is it?
The whole thing's a deadly secret.
You see, his people...
Oh, you're both dear boys, but you're lying in your teeth.
I beg your pardon.
It doesn't matter. You go where you like, Max. Anatole stays here with me.
I tell you, I can't. The man's my best friend. I must get him married.
What do you say, Max? Should I let him go?
Dear Ilona, I think you'd better.
Where's it to be?
What do you want to know that for?
Oh, I'd like to go and look on.
Well, you mustn't do that.
I must have a look at your bridesmaid, Anatole. Best men often marry bridesmaids, don't they? I can't have you getting married.
Well, what would you do if he did?
Forbid the band.
Would you? No.
Or I might make a scene at the church.
That's vulgar. I wouldn't do that.
No. Why don't we invent something new?
For instance?
Turning up at the wedding dressed like a bride, too. Oh, that would be very striking.
Yes, very. I must go.
Look here, Ilona. I simply must change. I shall be late.
Mr. Anatole.
What is it, France?
The flowers have come, sir.
What flowers?
The flowers, sir.
I'll take them.
Well, let me see.
It's a bouquet for his bridesmaid.
Oh, orange blossoms. It's a bride's bouquet.
For heaven's sake, my goodness, if they haven't sent the wrong one. France, send back that bouquet at once. Leave it in the hall. There you are. I sent France back with it.
Well, I'll go myself and see that they get the right one.
You're coming back?
Right away.
Ah, thank goodness he's gone. Darling. Oh, be nicer than that.
My only love.
Must you go to this silly wedding?
I can't get out of it, dear.
Shall I drive with you to the church?
Better not, my dear. I'll see you tonight. Supper after the theater. Oh, look at the time. France!
Yes, sir.
France, you put out my things.
Your wedding things,
Yes,
sir?
the things in which I always go to weddings.
Very good, sir.
After the theater, then. That's all settled.
Oh, and I thought we'd have such a jolly day together.
Now, don't be childish, my dear. Jolly days have to give way to More important matters.
Oh, I do love you, Anatole.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Your things are laid out in your dressing room.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, then don't shut the door. Are you really going to change?
I wouldn't go to a wedding like this, could I?
Must you go?
Don't let's begin all over again.
But I'll see you this evening.
I said after the theater.
Don't be late.
Late? Why should I be late?
You kept me waiting an hour once.
Did I? I dare say I did.
Anatole.
What is it?
Where did you go when you were away?
I told you.
You didn't.
I did, last night.
Well, I've forgotten.
I went to Bohemia.
Why Bohemia?
Shooting.
No, not shooting.
Yes, rabbits.
For 3 months.
Every day.
Why didn't you come and say goodbye to me before you went?
I just thought I wouldn't.
Tried to give me the slip, didn't you?
Oh, no.
Oh, you did try once.
Yes, I tried.
What's that?
I said I tried. I tried hard, but it didn't come off.
I should think not. It's not likely to.
Ha-ha.
What did you say?
I said ha-ha.
That's right. Mumble away in the next room. Oh, you wouldn't dare come out here and say that to my face.
Ha-ha.
Oh, come back here. That's all right, my darling. You won't get rid of me in a hurry.
Think not?
I'm sure not.
Quite sure?
Quite sure.
We'll see about that.
Don't you be silly. Do you think I'll ever let you go?
When you can't help it.
When will that be?
When I get married.
And when will that be, my precious?
Soon, my precious.
How soon?
Don't shout. This time next year, I may be quite an old married man.
Idiot.
Suppose I get married in a month or two.
Someone's simply waiting to marry you.
There is at this very moment.
In a month or two?
Or even less. You needn't laugh. You needn't laugh. I'll be married in a week. You needn't laugh, Ilona. I said you needn't laugh.
When are you going to be married?
At 12:30.
What?
12:30, my dear.
Oh, Anatole, don't be silly.
I am perfectly serious. I'm going to be married 12:30 today.
Are
12:30.
you?
France,
There.
bring those flowers.
Anatole!
Here you are, sir.
Thank you, France. Now then, look carefully, Ilona. You see orange blossoms.
It's true, then.
Quite true. Hey, what are you up to?
You beast.
Hey, what are you doing? That's my bride's bouquet.
Oh, not when I'm through with it.
Anatole, it's getting late. Oh, I say, what's going on here?
Later, then I'll show you.
Here, Max, help. You're breaking up.
Sneak. Cad.
Ilona, what are you doing? That's my bouquet.
You're as bad as he is.
Ilona, do be reasonable. Look at the thing.
You treat me like this, but you wait, I'll show you. You'll see.
What are you going to do now?
You'll soon see. You let me go.
Ilona, what are you up to?
Let me go.
Be reasonable.
I will not.
Ilona, my house, my teacups, my picture frame, Ilona!
Excuse me, sir. The carriage is at the door, sir.
Oh, it isn't. Come on.
But Max!
Come on.
Max, hey! My hat!
Come on.
My hat!
Lock it, quick.
Yes.
My only love.
Shut up! I, Anatole, take thee, Louise, to be my lawful wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish.
Tonight, the Columbia Broadcasting System, through its affiliated stations coast to coast, and the network of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, has brought you Orson Welles as Anatole in a dramatized version of Arthur Schnitzler's Viennese narrative, The Affairs of Anatole. The adaptation for radio was made by Orson Welles, the brilliant young star, director, and producer of these weekly broadcasts by the Mercury Theatre on the air. And here is Orson Welles to tell you about next week's broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like you to tell you about the cast tonight. Gabrielle, the first of Anatole's 3 affairs this evening, was played by Miss Alice Frost. Mimi, she of the oysters and the champagne and the Moselle and the cigars, was Miss Helen Lewis. Ilona, who tried to ruin the wedding morning, was Miss Arlene Francis. France the servant was Mr. William Alland. And finally, Max was Mr. Ray Collins. You've heard Mr. Ray Collins a good deal on these programs. He commenced on the stage playing 900 parts. He has joined radio and has been heard in our series as the Sea Captain, Ben Gunn, Billy Bones, Frampton Nuttall, Bert, the man with the hooded eyes in 39 Steps, and goodness only knows what he'll play in The Count of Monte Cristo, which is next week's show. So tune in then, and until then, goodbye. Thanks, everybody, and good night.
In tonight's program, Bernard Herrmann conducted the orchestra, and Davidson Taylor supervised the production for Columbia. Dan Seymour speaking. We invite you to join us again next Monday evening at this same time for the 8th broadcast in this unique series featuring Orson Welles and the Mercury Theatre on the air. The play, Dumas' The Count of Monte Cristo. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
And that was episode 7 from the Mercury Theatre on the air, titled The Affairs of Anatol, and originally aired on Monday, August 22nd, 1938. The episode was based on Arthur Schnitzler's 1893 play, Anatole. Schnitzler's Anatole is structured as a series of vignettes or one-act plays, but Wells's version condensed and dramatized key scenes to fit the 1-hour radio format, making it accessible to a wider audience. Schnitzler's works, including Anatole, had a significant influence on 20th century literature and drama. His focus on internal struggles and moral ambiguity paved the way for modernist storytelling. I really enjoyed Orson Welles' portrayal of the title character and felt like this was a fun episode to listen to. I want to highlight something that Orson Welles said at the opening of this episode, and that was when he shared
that a man is not really dead until all those who knew him and loved him are dead too.
Unfortunately, the cast, the behind-the-scenes folks, everyone who put the time and effort into making the Mercury Theatre on the air are no longer with us. Neither are the authors that these episodes are based on, but thanks to recorded media, their work and their memory lives on. I look forward to sharing more of their work with you as we progress through this series. That's all I've got for this edition of Enhanced Radio Classics, the Mercury Theatre on the Air edition. I'm your host, Brian. Thank you for your support and for listening.